Effects. What's a ball stretch?
I don't know. All right, cool. I'm ready whenever you guys are.
All right. Let me go with no. I'll do no music, but just the narrative.
Our story continues with pivotal developments and sinister.
Wait, can you guys hear it?
Barely. Can you turn it up?
Yeah.
Our story continues with pivotal developments and sinister schemes unfolding across the land. Yoram, now the steadfast leader of the guard, has joined forces with Galileo inside the fortified tower, signaling a new era of leadership. Yet not all is as it seems. In the heart of our town, Griselda has unearthed a trove of letters from the distant Tureleans, fraught with veiled threats and desperate demands for the return of their son. These letters, filled with mafia-like undertones, subtly coerce the town with gold for any information about the mysterious 99, though our adversaries, Stan, Sintar and Castisha, remain unmentioned. Meanwhile, the town reels under the chaos sown by bounty hunters. Their actions disrupt daily life, occasionally revealing too accurate portrayals of our own visages. There might be hope yet, as whispers suggest that Torver's post or helpful townsfolk could hold the key to disguises that could shield us from prying eyes. To the north, a small farming community suffers under relentless raids, with rumors pointing towards a cursed lighthouse and a lurking large ship. The locals' warnings to avoid the lighthouse only deepen the mystery of what or who orchestrates these assaults. Our recent venture to Frogwoods was a trap, masterfully laid by war-forged assassins under the guise of a child's plea for help. The brutal encounter left us shaken as these metallic foes declared their allegiance to Harbin Wester Jr. and the Turelians, willing to sacrifice anyone to achieve their grim objectives. Strikingly, they recognized Ebrath, noting his resemblance to their creator, ZTW, and bore arms emblazoned with the crest of House Turelion and the Circle of Mages. As we regroup and plan our next move, the battlefield at Frogwarts remains unsearched, potentially holding vital clues or resources that could aid us in the dark times ahead.
I like the Circle of Mages. It was pretty good though, overall. It took
Yeah.
That was
COM
dope.
and just was like, I think this is what it means.
Yeah.
Is that the white ZTW?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to elaborate more once I'm done with the notes at the end of the session.
I was like, what the hell is Circle of Mages? But then COM makes sense.
Yeah,
I didn't think about it. Cool. Yeah. So last week you guys were going about town talking to Griselda. You did some shopping at Torver's Post, who was a humble shopkeep, but kind of riddled with the uh, burden of economic downtimes and having to raise his prices to make ends meet. Um, Tybalt was gracious enough to foot some of the bill for you, Vox, and helped purchase a lot of the supplies. On your way to the tower, you were stopped by a young girl who had long green hair, um, green sparkling eyes, and warned you that the school was under attack. When you guys got there, um, you guys automatically recognized the Warforged design, um, and they made no attempt to disguise themselves. They announced what their intentions were right away, holding a girl hostage. When Vox mentioned that he wasn't worried about the girl, they went ahead and disposed of her, because she was obviously not their ultimate goal and therefore unnecessary to them. You guys were able to defeat them and gather the information that the Tyrellians and your old pal Harbin Wester Jr. is after you, after Gone especially, and are willing to go so far as to infiltrate Leylon and get to whoever they need to in order to try to hurt you guys at the subway. We left off there in the school still. What is it that you guys would like to do?
Are there any kids within sight?
No, other than the one that's dead at the foot of the table that he was at, all the kids have been evacuated.
And remind me, what happened to the little girl that brought us here? She ran away, right?
Yeah, she just kind of like was like, "Hey, you guys need to come help," and then kind of pointed you in the right direction, but wasn't interested in going into battle with you or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm first off gonna search the bodies.
Cool. As you go through them, you find that they are pretty empty as far as like what they have on them, aside from their general weapons and gear. Being Warforged, they don't require like they don't really need to have gold on them. You know, they don't do much shopping. They were very um, mission oriented and only carried what they needed. But you know, you do find uh, some swords. Uh, I forget a large axe. Um, and I don't know. Let's say 250 gold.
Can I also
Okay.
search, but not search like items?
What are you searching for?
I'm trying to assess what's powering them. Like, do they have cores that are similar to
Okay, great. Yeah,
Blast?
give me I don't know what kind of intelligence check. Investigation, I suppose.
That's kind of, I mean, not only just items, but I was kind of looking for that too. Can I help them do that?
Yeah, go ahead and add your proficiency to his roll.
Would I be able to use history since I'm trying to look through my own personal
Sure,
history? Okay.
sure.
And you get a +4.
What'd you get?
With his +4, it's a +20, it's a 27.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you see that the uh, materials that are used are much more rudimentary than the materials that was used with Blast. Almost as if these are mass produced of
Got it.
sorts. You know, where it's like lesser quality work, but enough to get the job done. Essentially, the cores are powered by a much simpler version of like a blast core. You do find um fragments of dragon shard.
Okay, so more like what was used to power me as being like a much older creation than Blast.
Correct, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
You can even assess that the rudimentary nature of the craft work might be due to, you know, limited access to materials.
Right. Or like, am I able to tell if it's like a combination of that and the amount they're having to make?
Yeah, exactly
Like it's
that.
just being rushed. He's having to
It's
do a lot in a short amount of time.
correct, yeah. And
Got
then like even so far as to like be able to note that with Blast and with Ascendus, there was very intricate like
Right.
mechanics involved
Right.
your like shoulders and your elbows and your wrists and fingertips, like all the hinges that went into it were very immaculately crafted. These are all very kind of simple to the point.
Like slap and dash, just
Correct.
as
Yeah.
long as it kind of works, we're good.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly, exactly.
cool.
And to that effect, it might be due to the um amount of work that they're putting out.
Got it. Okay. Um, perfect. So I'm gonna look up as I examine. Um, I would have examined like the one that's like the mage one,
Mhm.
and as I kneel down next to them, I take a couple moments while Fox is like looting the other bodies. I stand up and just say, yeah, I mean, it's obvious our father's hands are all over these warforged, but they're being done in a hurry. That neither one of them compares to Blast or even Ascendus for that matter.
Yeah, and yeah, and more on that. To aside from being fairly rudimentary, you can tell that each of these are also very specialized in their design. The
Got it.
mage one is very different than the rogue one. The rogue one's very
Right.
different than the juggernaut.
That's what I was gonna ask that next. Okay, great.
Yes,
Perfect. Okay. And yeah, whereas like Blast and Ascendus were basically built to do whatever.
yes,
Like they could
exactly.
do whatever
Yes,
they chose, whereas these are very like pigeonholed into
correct,
roles. Okay.
correct, correct.
Um, perfect. So yeah, I'll say, I mean, it's obvious whoever he's working for, I believe the cult has him. He's working with or for the cult. I'm not sure what, but he's definitely putting out a number of these.
Damn, they're
All,
Clone
all
Force 99.
highly, all highly specialized. Um, yeah, I, I never thought I'd see a day when Zet the White would be mass producing Warforged for the enemy, but here we are. And then I'll see if I can recover any shards from the the downed Warforged.
Yeah, and I'll say that you are able to recover, like I said, small fragments. You can
Yeah.
tell that they've been damaged in their destruction, but enough to further your efforts at the very least.
Okay. Can we say how many are
Oh yeah, I would say like each body would have a shard.
okay. So that's
Enough
four
to
four shards or five?
fit like a small handful. Yeah.
That's five, right? Those five bodies?
Yeah, it's on the screen.
Okay. So that puts me at seven.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just keeping track of them in my inventory, so because I know where, I'm needing every little shard that I can get at some point.
Hmm.
So I made a custom item in my inventory if you want to look at it.
Okay.
Dragon shard sliver. So now I'm up to seven.
Perfect. Yeah, that's great.
And so I'll say that
So
as I go to the last one, I like pull the last fucking using my all-purpose tool and like fucking really digging in there and pulling off like chest plates and shit to get to the shard. Um, I'll like grab the last little core, pull out the shard, put it in my pack, and like turn to Tybalt and say, "Man, he's really lost his touch," and just kind of fucking throw it over my shoulder like it's trash.
Oh, what do
You
we do with the body? The little girl.
I think we
Feel like
leave
she
her.
deserves better than this. To just
Well,
leave her here.
well, I'd say we notify the headmistress, and I mean I'm sure her and Jinx will have something to do with her. I don't want to necessarily give funeral rites to a girl we don't know when there are people that know and love her here.
We should probably make sure the area is secure. This might not have been the only intrusion.
Agreed. Um,
Tybalt's gonna go up to to the little girl and pull out um a diamond and see if he's able to
Oh shit.
revivify the little girl.
Let's do it.
Um, yeah. So as you explain it to me, please.
He approaches and says to the group, "Let's make this an IOU. I'll I'll find another diamond for us as soon as we get back to the shop. I think she has a whole life to live, and her story can't end here like this." And he'll kneel down and take the diamond and place it on her chest and begin casting the revivify spell to see if the diamond will take and if we can reclaim her soul from the afterlife.
As you cast Revivify, your dragon tattoo starts to burn against your flesh and searing pain as you see flashes of dragons in your psyche. The girl wakes up in a loud gasp, opens her eyes and makes eye contact with you, Tybalt, and then screams in fear as she backs away immediately and recoils from your touch. She takes a second to look around and kind of assess the damage that was done to her body. She feels her neck where her neck was previously slit, and she sees the blood on her hands but doesn't feel a wound. She looks up in confusion and she says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You you looked scary for a second there. What happened? Where did those robots go?"
And Tybalt says, "Hold on, just take a deep breath. The robots they're gone. We took care of them. Just take a moment, feel your body, feel your senses. Don't try to
She,
get up too quickly."
through heavy gasps, she looks up and she says, "You're not going to eat me, are you?"
No, no. Why ask such a thing?
She says, I don't know. Everything went black for a bit, and then I saw this image of a dragon ready to eat me, and then I opened my eyes and it was you. Maybe I was just dreaming, but it was scary."
Does she have any markings on her after having been revivified? Except for
No,
the one on her throat.
no, none that you can tell. She her name's dead. Uh, no. Like I said, the wound isn't there. She is still kind of,
Deborah.
yeah. um, she there, the wound is completely healed up. However, she is stained with blood for where the her artery was cut and she bled out. Um, as you kind of look over her, you don't see anything that sticks out as something that would be out of the ordinary. Maybe a couple like freckles here and there, but nothing strange or like ominous.
Um, and Till just says, when you feel up to it, is there a way for you to communicate with the headmaster here?
She says, well, Jinx is always kind of out and about. it's hard to kind of keep track of her. She kind of pops in and out whenever she wants.
She's the
But
actual head mistress?
and she looks over, she's just like, well, yes, she did found this school and still all of the courses. I thought
Isn't Dumbledore the head master?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
she says, oh
Because
well,
Jinx is never here, right? She's like never here to run this school.
she says no. You're right. Dumbledore does run the school in her absence. But you know we always appreciate when Jinx is here.
I love that she just kept the title. She doesn't do it. She just
Yeah,
was like,
it's like
peace.
I hold it, but you can hold on to it for now. I'll come back for it.
And
She
she
could have
says,
just kept founder, you know?
yeah. She says, if everybody remembered their evacuation orders, they should be in a underground cavern, but you know, underneath the school. They should be safe there.
Quick question. Was that cavern here before the school was founded, or did they create the cavern when the school was put here?
She said, "Wait, are you asking the DM or her?"
I'm asking her.
Oh, she says, I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm 10."
All right, well, is there anyone around that would know?
Just Dumbledore and whatever other names Jinx came up with that I can't remember.
Dope, dope. Okay, can you just what and again, there was no other enemies around. It was just these guys, these dead robot guys.
Well, yeah, I was in my room reading and studying my book of magic, and they came in and grabbed me and grabbed a couple of us and dragged us out. I think everybody else managed to get away, but I wasn't good enough.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Question though. You said that Jinx came up with all of the courses for this school?
I mean, yeah, that's just what I heard.
For sure. So then like none of you guys know magic then, right? You guys are just reading fucking make-believe books.
And she cast thaumaturgy and create the fire in her hand. She says, "No, we practice magic. This is real."
Because Jinx doesn't know magic. You guys know that, right? Jinx doesn't know magic.
Well, she knows some sort of magic, doesn't she? She creates phantasmic blades from her claws.
Yeah, but that's like mental acuity and powers.
Well, sure. I mean, Jinx doesn't teach us magic, but she puts the people in place to do so.
Got it. Okay. So she is more of like a facilitator. She's like a middleman, like, yo, I know all these badass people. They're gonna teach these fools. She's not actually trying to be like, here's this book I wrote on magic.
Yeah, yeah. And she goes, as far as I know, Lady Jinx is just someone who likes to go on adventures, and whenever she finds something fun and interesting, she brings it back to the other teachers here, and she stops in and drops in on our lessons from time to time, but she doesn't actually teach. No,
For sure. Can you imagine
Yeah.
though, if Jinx did try to write all the magic books? Just
she's
like
Why are
like
you
beaut
pressing
that
the
would
little girl, bro?
just
she
beautiful. I'm like, yo, beautiful fucking like illustrations, like all detailed and gorgeous, zero notes.
yeah, yeah. It's just pictures of you guys doing magic.
But like beautifully lit
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
would be gorgeous.
yeah. 5K.
That would be so funny. That's what I was like, all right, she's not teaching these kids fucking magic. There's no way.
And she goes, "Well, we would be so blessed if she did, because Jinx has to be like the strongest person ever."
She's pretty dope, man. She's really good at what she does. I'm just saying, like, I hope Dumbledore is teaching you guys magic.
Like
That's
from what I hear, she's like the coolest one out of like all her
whoa,
friends.
whoa, 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 whoa. Well,
Like
I mean,
that's so cool.
sure, I'm not her friend. Is she cooler than you guys? I don't think. Okay, I
I
think the
don't know.
general consensus is
She
anyway.
she goes
Yeah, I'm
probably,
not sure about that.
All right.
and
Wait, you're her friend?
she like looks at Palpius and kind of gives him like an up and down. Is like, she's like, "You don't even know Jinx."
That's true. You guys don't really know each other
Yeah, they've adventured together.
like twice,
Um,
bro. Anyway,
About
I'm
right.
gonna just,
Uh,
I'm just gonna go
Damn,
take
con
some notes
ganas de
real quick.
chingar today, Andre.
I
Like,
I'm
know, bro. He's
sorry.
fucking
Got a
salty.
lot of pent up,
Sorry she didn't play today, bro. I'll try to get her next week.
bro. It's
damn.
her fault. I gotta ruin some of her backstory because she's not here.
Talk shit when she's not here. Nice.
She's not here to defend her school, so I gotta figure out something.
Typical at breath, bro.
I
Hey,
mean,
we all put our lives on the line to come and protect the school when
true.
she's barely mentioned it to us.
That's true.
Well, not everybody. You're the one that said, I don't care about her.
And
Absolutely.
also
Absolutely.
I was just trying to see if she had the cavern made because we obviously know she has way more money than all of us, right? So I was just trying to get an inkling of like how much money did she throw at this fucking school? Like, did she have a whole cavern made? Because that's
Well,
crazy.
as you take a look around, you see that the architecture is very um, advanced for the city.
Got it.
Whereas a lot of the buildings are very uh I don't know, simple. These
Yeah, yeah.
the stones in here are cut very ornately. The placement of the stones is very decorative and purposeful. The like filigree on the doors and doorways, the uh rugs on the car, the rugs on the ground, the art on the walls, they're all very fine.
Would you say that like the other buildings of Leylon just kind of look like they were just hastily rebuilt and just to have a structure, shit was thrown up, at least at this stage?
No, I would say more than that. Leylon is being rebuilt, but being rebuilt to be, in its full purpose, a city.
Like
Um,
Sword Coast standards.
yeah,
Okay.
not nearly as big as like Neverwinter or Waterdeep per se, but buildings meant to be, permanent and stationary and are going in with decorations of their own, but not nearly as much as like ornately as this one.
Okay. So just last question about the school. Looking
Like the
at all
wood
the
is like a rich mahogany.
perfect, that's actually perfect for what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
So like looking now what you've given me about the architecture and how obviously this is a very well built large building with now, a cavern as like a bunker underneath the school. And like I'm assuming there's outbuildings and shit for like dormitories and shit, right? It's not all just in one building.
Yeah, I mean, as far as you can tell, it looks like there is a large, as far as what you saw from the outside, because you guys haven't explored much, but it's
Right.
you can tell that there is a very large central hall, which you guys are currently residing in. But there were more like rooms and like study looking kind of quarters, kind of along the sides of it.
Okay.
Um,
Can I guesstimate giving like what I know about architecture and what buildings would go for, what real estate would go for on the Sword Coast and other places I've been in my travels, how much this place costs, Jinx?
yeah, give me a history check.
Fuck yeah.
If somebody who knew about like construction stuff wanted to help, they could.
15. Actually, I'll flash a genius that. So that is a 20.
Okay, yeah. With the 20, you can tell that quite a lot of money has gone into this. Um, more than you would have expected Jinx to have access to. Like that she has a bit of a stash for herself, but
Show.
this is more than you could have imagined.
Crazy. Like she's a closet millionaire. Some shit like that.
If she's not, she has access to one.
Got it. Oh, got it. Like she could have had funding for this. Okay.
Possibly.
Cool. I'm like, damn. I'm just gonna like be like, all right. Anything else you guys want to do here before we head out?
I think we need to secure the area and just make sure there's nothing else here. There's probably not, but it's worth a look.
Sure.
how much time would you guys like to spend securing the area? Like, would you
How
like to
big is the
go
place?
room
How
to
many
room?
rooms are there?
How long?
Probably yeah, just like a quick glance at least.
I'll say that you guys can spend an hour or two going room to room, and it's there's no other enemies. It is secure.
Okay.
All the rooms look as if they were left in haste. Things are still kind of foods are still on tables in like mess halls. Books are still open at desks with their candles lit, and the wax burning down low. Um, Almost as if everybody got out in a rush. But if you're curious and you want to go look around, you're more than welcome to.
That's good enough for me.
Is there a way to like any sort of way to signal in all clear? Like if we look around, maybe there's like bells connected to other bells, or I don't know.
Um, the little girl would tell you that there is a system in place that's like a secret that only members of the school are aware of, and that she would be sure to give the signal.
Okay. And I tell the girl, you've I hope you have a newfound appreciation for life. Today could have been your last, but today is now your first.
She says, yeah, thanks again so much. It's so crazy to think that Jinx just does this on a regular day-to-day basis. Like, she's so cool. Like, I can't wait to tell all my friends about this. Like, they're gonna be so jealous that like I got to see what she does firsthand. Like, I don't know, that's so amazing.
What's your name,
And I'd
kid?
say,
My name's Sarah.
Such a basic name, bro.
I
Come
know.
on.
She
Sarah.
goes, I'm sorry, I didn't pick it. Okay, my parents named me that. Like, I was named after my dead grandma. Thanks.
Damn.
Did you see her?
She goes, no, she died before I was born. She died very young, giving
No,
birth to
when
my
you
mom.
died right now.
No, I saw a scary
Damn.
I saw a scary dragon that wanted to eat me, and then it was your friend.
Oh
What kind
shit.
of friends do you have? Probably none. You probably don't have any friends. Jinx isn't your
I got a
friend.
pet rock
Yeah, you would.
and a garden gnome.
That's pretty funny.
Sorry, I breast.
Garden gnome.
He's more of a mountain gnome.
Yeah, bro.
A gnome's a gnome.
That's
Is
racist,
that
man.
is that why Ebrath has like is that why Ebrath has such a like strong liking, or takes such a strong liking to Vox, because you guys are both like of rocks? Like, you're a rock
Damn,
gnome.
bro.
There's got to be some connection there.
That is true. I did spend a lot of time under a mountain.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Was that
Maybe
under
Ebrath like
Vox?
secretly like feels at
Dog.
ease near Vox.
Finds
Hey,
me a home. Napping under rocks.
they don't.
Except I'm also not really okay, whatever. That's fine.
Cool. Yeah, but essentially, yes, you guys can go door to door and check the rooms if you'd like to. They're very ornate, very fancy. Um, like, I don't know. Here's like one of the like social rooms. Here's like another room. Where's Vox at? Here's like a study. Where's Palpius at? I moved him over there. Here's Tybalt. This is like, I don't know, shitty rooms. Hallways are really nice.
um,
Sick ass
how
hallways,
far
bro.
how far away are we again from our place, our manor?
We're like
Yeah, you
opposite
guys are like
ends, no?
kind of, down the street, maybe
Yeah,
a
okay.
20-30 minute walk.
Okay. Well, I don't know about you all, but I need a rest.
Yeah, sure.
I agree.
You guys are able to head back to your manor, no problem. And you guys are able to take the benefits of a long rest, as no other events take place that would interrupt your rest. Is there anything you guys would like to do before like taking a rest and going to bed?
I'm just gonna kind of practice trying to bring the power out of the shards that I have right now and just kind of like take notes and shit like that.
I guess also before we leave the area, I would say let's try to find everybody that evacuated and just make sure like things are good.
The little girl goes, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. You guys have worked hard. Go, put your feet up."
Okay.
Go put your feet up.
Done. Go on, you crazy kids.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
yeah. You've had enough of me.
He's like 8.
Ah, bueno.
I'd like to try to use scry.
Okay. Real quick, Andre, go ahead and give me a what would be an appropriate check? An arcane or a arcana check, I guess.
22.
Cool. Yeah, with the shards that you have, you're able to produce enough of a reaction out of them that you are confident that they will work in your assembly of a core. Um, Although not enough to complete it, you are one step closer. You
Got
just
it.
got a few more, and the core itself is starting to kind of like take shape, but still missing a big chunk of its mass.
Got it. Cool. So stash it. Stash it in my bag
Hey,
of
can you
holding.
guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you.
Okay, sorry, because my Zoom's kind of, you guys are all freezing, so I just want to make sure it's not
Yeah, I got
acting
you.
up. Sorry.
No worries. I don't see you on cam, but that's okay. But yeah, so you wanted to scry, Edgar? Who would you like to scry?
I want to scry on the dragon I saw in my dream. I'm hoping that I have enough of a mental image to make that connection.
Yeah, you as you reach out into the void of whatever realm that is, you hear the voice of Savras kind of reaching out to you and saying, Tybalt, uh, this is a dangerous creature to spy on. Dragons are very powerful. I will show you what you're looking for, but be wary. You are playing with very powerful forces here. Um, as her voice fades out, you see an image of a uh, keep that is carved into the side of a cliffside, with the waves crashing below it. There is a side of the cliffs that have been cut out and carved out into the shape of a dragon itself, to with the claws out, kind of in a flying image, like it's like about to snatch something out of the water, out of the sky with its claws. But it's a rock formation that has been carved that way into the side of this cliffside, with a stone keep that is carved into the side of the mountain as well. As you uh, close in on the keep, through a window, you see a large statue of Bahamut, who you know to be the god of dragons, um, in a very ceremonial sort of placement inside of this, what appears to be a temple of sorts. Um, as you go up winding stairs, you come upon a large bronze dragon who is very I don't know if the right descriptor is for this, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. Although not, I'm just gonna have to meta this. A much older looking dragon, but not old enough that you would consider it ancient. But the bronze dragon is coiled up in its quarters, this large open space that is carved into like the cave of a mountain, or into a cave, into inside the mountain. There is a large hoard of treasure laying around it, in the general area, and the dragon is laying under a windowsill, with the moonlight shining down on it. Um, Windowsills covered with like moss and algae, kind of, with like barnacles on it and stuff, because it's so close to the water. The dragon is in deep slumber, but as I mentioned before, almost as if it's having a bad dream. Its eyebrows are furrowed. Its legs and claws will kind of strike out at times, almost as if it's struggling in its sleep, in its dream. What do you do?
I look around this room outside of the window. I'm looking for clues to try and identify where exactly it is, and also take a moment to listen to see if it mentions anything in its sleep, like if it sleep talks, or if maybe there's someone else in the room with it, or who knows, just like sort of studying it and its surroundings.
Yeah, absolutely. You, as far as like where this is, you see that it is along the Sword Coast. Um, uh, Not too far off from where you have, I would say maybe north of the Thunder Cliffs where you just left, but still in between that and Neverwinter. Um, the keep itself appears to be, it's rather small, not, like a giant castle or anything. It's very simple and to the point. The key focus of the keep being the worship room of Bahamut, and the large statue that stands in the center of the temple. Um, Very ornately designed and decorated, with a treasure, a hoard of gold and diamonds, and fancy looking swords that are glowing, so axes that are on fire, just a hoard of magical items and wealth, um, almost given up to this statue as um, tithing or a payment of sorts, as an offering to this dragon god. Um, what else were you looking for?
Just to sort of take my time sort of studying this dragon to see if it mentions anything in its sleep, or just sort of studying it because Tybalt's also trying to find the source of his marking as well.
The source of the tattoo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is something I wanted to mention. The As you dive further and further into this you feel your tattoo starting to um, burn again, not nearly as hotly as it had before, but enough for you to notice it and to feel it. There's a stinging pain that transpires, but you're able to kind of grit your teeth through it and continue forward, but it's noticeable. Um, as far as the source of it, I think you don't see anything, outright that would appear to be a reason for it, but I think there's also a very clear indication that you're kind of getting hotter, you know?
Yeah, like sort of staring intently at the vision of the dragon in the mirror in front of Tybalt. He says, I don't know why you've linked yourself to me,
As
but I will find out.
as you say those words, the dragon perks up a bit, not enough to awaken him, but almost reactionary, as if it heard you. And you see it kind of lash out into the air, slamming its tail on the wall and causing rubble to kind of fall down, onto it, um, and just still struggling in its sleep.
The slam is jarring, and Tybalt sort of like when you have those meme videos where like someone throws a
Yeah.
surprisingly like throws a ball in your face.
Yeah.
He like
Like,
just
ah!
moves it away, and he's just like, I think that's enough for today.
Yeah, absolutely. Vox or Palpius, is there anything you would do before hitting the hay?
No, I don't think so. Um,
I'll just be chilling on a couch, feeding some scraps to Javi.
Ew.
That sounds like
I
a
mean,
fucking
that's a sound
silver-tooth
that that
bug.
worm would make.
Yeah, that sounds like a silver-tooth bug to me.
I gotta
Yeah,
kill this fucking worm.
Bro, he's already
I'll
MVP,
just
bro.
recapture
Better
it.
not,
He's
cabron.
already the strongest member of the 9-9.
Definitely has the highest level kill count.
Yeah, 100%.
I fucking hate his face. Look at him. Oh,
Bro, he's the
So
best.
good.
his
That's
little
so
teeth.
good.
What? How can you hate a face like that, bro?
Bro, easy. I look at yours and it's the same thing.
Oh,
God.
fuck. You said you
What? Because
look
we
like
fucked up
Hobby?
your shit.
Yeah.
Bro, straight up, dude.
Ruined my whole encounter.
Hobby ruined his whole fucking cool plan. Damn. He was barely got, he was like, he thought he was out. Hobby was, just showed up and fucked him up.
He just went, hey.
You got Silvertooth to death, bro.
Yeah, that's what did it. Samus was secretly vulnerable to silver.
Dang.
That's that cousin that comes over and be like, "Can I play with your PlayStation?"
Yeah.
You got games on your phone?
Comes over and is like, your toy's broken.
You're like, what the fuck? The
Yeah,
one
it's
in the
not-
box still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like your
Have you
limited
seen that?
edition.
Have you seen that
Zelda.
fucking that dude that had a whole room? It was like in, I think in Korea. All collectors item. It was all a fucking Gundam shit. Like
Oh, no
$40,000
way.
worth of limited shit. And his like nephew wasn't allowed in there, but got let in there when he wasn't like home. And he got home and all of his shit was fucked up.
Damn.
Bro, I like they said like, oh yeah, in the article they said like, oh, he broke down. I was like, fucking I would too, bro. I'm sad for the guy.
Yeah, I had
I
cousins
just
like
look
that,
at
but
him and be
whenever they
like,
came
"You are
over,
not getting any more gifts from me the rest of your life."
No,
ever.
at that point
Yeah.
you gotta beat up your sibling, bro. You gotta beat
Yeah.
up the child's parent for letting them do that. That's fucked
Can you
up.
And the
imagine? Can
child
you imagine
want
being the kid though, and that's just like the greatest day of your life? You got to open like 50 action figures.
No, not so the thing was he didn't they were all models. So a lot of them were
Oh,
models. So he just fucking ruined he broke them.
oh,
He
dude.
caused like
Yeah,
he
it, it,
pretty
re- it
much played with
reversed.
them like
Yeah.
action figures.
Yeah, he
It's
caused
like,
Damn.
irreparable
oh, why isn't this
damage.
arm moving? Snap.
I had that
Yeah.
exact thing
Oh
happen to me.
man.
I had the exact thing happen to me with one of my cousins. I didn't have
Damn, bro.
$40,000 worth, but it was like Gundam Wing fucking heavy arms, the
Hell
orange one
yeah.
with the
Hell yeah.
Gatling
Heavy
gun.
arms was tight.
Yeah.
R.I.P. bro.
R.I.P. That was such a good show.
It was a
Um
good show. Not as good as G Gundam, but you know,
I
no one's perfect.
mm,
No one's perfect. I get it.
that's a maybe. Um that's a big maybe.
I don't
Uh
know, bro.
I like Gundam Wing better,
I know you do.
but that's just me. G Gundam is fucking sick. But it's like the DBZ of Gundam, you know? It's
Hell yeah, bro. That's why I like it.
um all right, yeah. So you guys are able to take a long rest and wake up in the morning bright-eyed and
Bushy
uh
tailed.
bushy tail. I was gonna say fuzzy tailed, but I knew that was wrong. What are you guys doing?
Uh, say back to the original objective. We were on our way to the tower.
On our way. On our way.
Cool. All right, yeah. Then as you guys make your way over to the tower, you get there. I don't know. There's no there's no crazy incidents that happen. You guys walk into the tower. Let me go ahead and drop your tokens.
I still see our house.
Yeah, same.
My screen is actually black.
Let's see.
Yeah, it should be black. Go ahead and drop your token.
Asset manager. Okay. Dropped one. I don't know where he's at though.
I got somebody right here.
Same. Into the abyss.
And somebody over here. God, box is so big. Why is it? Oh, it
I
bugs me so
can't
much
see.
that your token isn't a circle.
Yeah.
Let me create a prefab. They have this new feature called prefab where you can just like save a set of like tokens or um like your mount and whatever, you know, like if you wanted to
Mhm.
save it as like a pre-made drop. So I should be able to just drop you guys down.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know if that's it, but are you guys all see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys get to the well, let me put some extra guys here. I was kind of doing this before you guys signed on. You get there and you see that there is like a general hustle and bustle of the tower. You see a lot more of the like town's guards that are kind of here, um, kind of going about their daily life. You can see that they have pretty much moved into the tower and are using the tower as their like headquarters, home base. Essentially, they sleep here, they eat here, they train here, they study here. as you get there, you're greeted by one of the guards, and he reaches there, speaks out and says, "Welcome, welcome, heroes, welcome back. How can we help you today?"
Well, I believe we'd like a word with Private Jessup if possible, and
Torver. Torver.
huh?
No, you guys went to
Torver.
Torver. You
Oh,
guys
we
Yeah,
went to
did?
last week. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Corva's not here.
My bad.
Who's the main guy of the city guard?
Give me a history check.
Also, we need to see Galileo if his ass is in.
And they say, "Oh, Galileo, he should be in his study, right over here. Just knock on the door. He should be right in there."
You said we got a long rest, right?
Yeah.
My bad.
It's your
Oh, Sergeant Yoram should be up in his
Yeah.
office as well. He's on the second floor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we need to speak to him. Where can we find Private Jessup?
Private Jessup is out on patrol at the moment.
Bitch. Okay.
He's
Thanks,
kind of
man.
he's kind of a scaredy cat, but we don't use those kind of words.
Yeah, no, I know. He's kind of like, I wouldn't say friend of ours, but yeah, we know.
Pitched.
You don't
he-
even know him.
Um,
Poppy's just thinks everyone's a bitch.
Yeah.
but he says, Sergeant Yoram is upstairs on the second floor. Galileo should be in his study,
Cool.
right here in the store, and motions over to this store here.
Dope.
Well, let's say we start with the Orem.
All right.
And he says, "Oh, hey, stairway is right this way. Please enter here." Let me. This is set up in like a
Nice.
weird way. Let me just move you guys. What the fuck? Yeah. So as you guys enter, there are two more guards kind of at the doorway here, and they say, "State your business."
I don't see shit on the map. I don't know if it's because you have. Oh, I do. Never mind. My bad.
It's like in a different section. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
It's up in like the top left, kind of.
Okay.
If you zoom out.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, there are two guards kind of at the doorway, and they say, "Please state your business."
We have business with the Orem. We need to discuss a few matters, including the Lizard Folk Treaty.
Do you have an
That's
appointment?
right.
No appointment. I didn't know I
Okay.
needed one.
Sergeant
We've
Yorm
saved
is
this
a
town over
very
and over.
Sergeant Yorm is a very busy person who's the head of the military here. You can't just take walk-ins. If you'd like to set an appointment,
Walk-ins.
you could talk to one of the guards below, and they would be happy to schedule you a time.
Can I see in the room?
You can see that the door's open. Sure, you see what your
Is
character
he-
sees.
Is he in?
Not in the area that you're able to see. It's just kind of a hallway.
Okay, hold up. Okay, can I move like right here so I can see?
You can, but as you do, the guards kind of like close in the space. And
But I can see into the room though.
sure, yeah,
I mean, with my height. Okay, cool.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna Misty Step to like here.
Damn.
Okay.
Clutch.
Yeah, as you
Like-
do so, the guards kind of go, "Hey, what's going on here?" And they,
Dude, we're
uh,
the 9-9.
they
Haven't you
they
heard of us? We saved
they
Leylon.
cross their spears and they say, "I'm sorry, but you need authorization to come up here."
Are there guards right in front of me?
Just the two that are at the door.
Oh, okay. So if I move over here, they're just not coming towards me. They're just,
Yeah, they're blocking the path for the rest of your party.
oh, I'm like, ah, these guys fucking suck. Look, we don't mean anyone any harm. Not that you guys could stop us if we did, but we've saved you guys. I don't know how many times. You know who we are.
He says, "Hey, man, I'm just doing my job."
I need you to tell him that we're here, and if he doesn't want to see us, so be it.
Yeah, come on, look, I won't go any further, but just go tell him we're here.
They give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Ooh.
Whoever wants to.
I'm probably worse at it.
And you can even do intimidation if you'd like to, or deception, whichever you choose.
They're all equally
Yeah,
bad for
I'll
me.
do
You probably should.
intimidation.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so who's doing the main role?
Let's have
Let's
him
all
do
have
it.
it. Yeah.
Sal, how do you intimidate them? And who would like to help? One person.
I mean, I'll
Yeah,
help.
you should help.
I think it makes sense for Vox too, because
Yeah.
he's there with.
How tall are these guys?
They're average.
Do I
They're
stand
about
over
like
them?
yeah, easily. They're like 5'10", 5'11".
Okay. So as they close in, the doorway, I just walk up to them, stand over them, and then just let out a deep breath over them and tell them, "Do you want an appointment with my axe?"
And go ahead and roll an intimidation check. And then add whatever
17.
17. And then Vox, what are you doing to help?
I guess I'll go and stand with them too.
To
And
intimidate? Are you intimidating? Or?
yeah, I guess I will.
All right, then go ahead and add your whatever your intimidation.
Yeah, it's not
bonus
great.
is.
It's an extra one.
Okay.
It's better than mine.
What the?
With an eight.
Mine would have been a -1, so you definitely don't want that.
Oh,
Well, you could choose how you help. You don't have to do intimidation, but
They're all of the persuasion shit for me is -1.
gotcha.
Ooh.
Sal, as Palpius, as
oof.
you walk up to them and kind of puff your chest out. Now, I imagine that you like kind of raise your axe and kind of like put it on your shoulder behind your head a little bit as you kind of tower over them and look over them. You can see them kind of you can hear one of them is like breathing real heavy under his like helmet, and it's just like well, man, we're just orders are orders. We're just following our job, and he gets real upset if we let people walk in there without an appointment, and we're gonna get into a lot of trouble. And Vox, as you start to step up forward, the other one kind of just nudges the guy, and he's like, I'm sure he can make time for you. Please, come on in, come on in. And they step out of the way and kind of like press themselves along the wall and like against the corners to try to get out as far out of your way as they can. You guys are able to walk through.
All right.
Arre.
Tybalt, as you walk through as well, they call out and they say, his office is down the hall, and last door on the right. You'll see 2 more guards.
And Tybalt just says, if it'll help, I can knock you out.
He says, give me okay, and just for the possibility of some chaos here, go ahead and give me some sort of intimidation check or whatever you want to do to persuasion, intimidation, whatever.
It's the same either way. And I'll use guidance as well. Well, it's a 6 plus 2. It's an 8.
Plus
It's an
5.
8 plus 5, 13.
Let me mark that off.
As they look over at you, they kind of like exchange glances through their visors, and the one guy just goes, no, man, it's okay. You could just go.
It's fine.
Just tell him Galileo sent you.
Very well. Just go.
Yeah, so you guys get to the second floor. You see that there's a long hallway in front of you. The no real decorations here, very kind of just straight to the point walls with some benches and some like weapons racks here and there. Um, you do see two more guards down the hall to the right. You guys can get over there, no problem.
Are the guards looking at us?
They know you're there. Yeah, they're
Okay.
kind of at attention on duty.
Okay.
Be like fee, fi, fo, fum.
Yeah. As you approach, the two guards cross their spears across the doorway, and they say, "State your business."
We already did. We're here to see Yoram. We have business. We have official business to discuss.
Do you have an appointment?
Yeah, we cleared it with the last guys.
Give me a deception check.
That's a 12.
They kind of look at each other and they go, all right, yeah, sure. Come on in.
Bueno.
Great.
Oh,
Great.
hey, can we get some ambient music?
We got SingTube
Yeah.
going.
Oh, do we? I didn't see the.
Yeah, he dropped the link.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
The fucking Tresma, the two dudes. I fucking love those guys.
Bro,
That
it's
shit's
so
funny to me.
good. It's
That shit's
immediately
so
what I
funny to
thought
me.
when Vox said he was helping.
Yeah.
So fucking funny. You think? That's my favorite part. You think?
I like how they just like laugh.
I love that they just have matching monster tattoo, like terrible
Yeah.
monster tattoos.
Yeah, it's awesome.
wait, what is he saying?
Have you seen that?
Yeah, think.
Yeah, so fucking stupid.
Bro, those fools posted that shit online thinking it was so hard.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, remember that video of like the two kids that are like dancing? Like one's like a fat, like a white kid, the other one's like a really skinny white kid. They're all like dancing all fucking like goofy and shit. It just reminds me of like them, but like older or something.
Straight up, that's what they become.
You guys don't hear that, do you?
No.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
So yeah, the door opens. You guys are able to enter Sergeant Yoram's office. When you enter, you see a older man, kind of heavier set, wearing some very like ornate, intricate armor, a little bit disheveled, almost like he doesn't take the time to care about his appearance. Kind of just reclining casually in his desk chair, and he says, who are you? I wasn't supposed to have any appointments today." And you can see that he's kind of like mid meal, and he kind of like hurries to kind of like put his food away, and like wipe the like ale from his mustache, and says, who let you in here?
Your soldiers did.
Well, they're supposed to check appointments. I'm gonna have a
Oh, we had
son
an
talking with them.
we had an appointment.
I don't see anything on my where's my calendar? It's around here. I was pretty sure I didn't have anything on my docket today. What is
What did you have
this?
on your docket today?
Very very important official business. I don't have time to dilly dally with common folk like you. I have a very important role here.
Well, today you'll dilly dally with the common folk.
I do not do any dilly dallying, sir.
You
I'm
will today.
pretty sure you dilly dally every single day.
He says, I assure you, I'm a very busy man. Lots to look over. And how can I help you? Why are you here?
We're here to check on the status of the security in the city. Where do we stand?
Oh well, I run a tight ship here. My guards are very very strict with who they let in and out. And very secure, very very very
Where
secure. In fact,
Where
I
are
would
your
say
logs?
probably the most secure place you've ever been. It's unheard of how secure this place is.
Well, we just took out a number of automatons. So you tell me how secure this city is.
Oh, I assure you, very secure. There have been no reports of automatons. You're clearly delusional. You should go home and get some rest. Maybe you've been drinking too much. It's very early in the in the day. You shouldn't be having so much to drink so early. I just
How much is left in his L? I want to reach over there and just grab it from his desk.
give me a sleight of hand check.
6. Damn.
As you reach for it, he reaches over and kind of pulls it close to him before you're able to grab it, and almost like he's not willing to let somebody else dare touch his precious ale. And he says, that is no concern of you, sir. I'm a very important uh, a very important station here, and with the hard work, there's a lot of stress, and having a little bit to take off the edge is very acceptable in my line of duty here. Who are you to question me?
Who are you to question us?
I am a sergeant of
Calling
the.
us delusional?
Well, you burst in here with no appointment, interrupt a man during his very important work, and for what? You spouting nonsense about whatever he said.
I could take
Look,
you down and go see those automatons.
look, you should have heard of us by now. We're the 9-9. We've saved this town more than once. We're part of the reason you're still here.
He says, and also part of the reason why we are seemingly being attacked more and more often. We're very well aware of who you are, and also very well aware of who's looking for you, and I appreciate the help you've offered in the past, but we must continue on and move forward.
Oh, so we're not just common folk then. You do know who we are.
He says, "Oh well, I am on the city council. I'm well aware of this. We've met before. You must not remember having had so much to drink so early in the morning. I'm gonna have to talk to Griselda about this. I'm not sure if we want somebody like this handling our city affairs."
You go talk to her. How about you
And
go talk to her right now?
he says,
Go ahead, get up.
I will." And
Get up.
he tries to get up, and he's kind of struggling. You can tell that he's not in the fighting shape that he once was. As he says, I do not take orders from you, sir. I appreciate what you've done for the city, but you have no authority over me."
And I believe you have no authority over yourself anymore. What you were, what you once were, I don't see it anymore.
It
He says,
appears you've grown fat and complacent. You're not protecting your city. When's the last time you went out and got a gauge of how things are here? Looks like you've been here for months.
that is no concern of you. Look at who are you? You look at me and you're instantly rock hard. What does that say about you? I'm disgusted.
Vox, he was always this fat.
I meant it metaphorically.
Uh,
um,
Metaphors kind of go over his head.
More of a literal kind of
well,
guy.
He says, I don't have time to waste with you folks. I have much to pour over. There's continued attacks on the high road. Merchants have been uh, robbed by brigands. Uh, Things are getting worse and worse every day. In your absence, my force continues to secure Leylon. Uh, unless you have business, I bid you adieu.
well, this is certainly disappointing. Griselda told us you might be able to provide some additional information, but I guess we'll have to speak with her about maybe appointing someone a little more competent to the council.
He says, "You can call me whatever names you would like, but you come in here and you start insulting me, a very distinguished man of high position. You've not yet once asked me for information, only belittling my physique. Your lack of information is your own fault."
You see, that's where you're wrong. We asked you about the automatons. You knew nothing of them. So
As I
tell
said,
me, what
there
can...
there are no reports of automatons.
Well, I am reporting one now.
I
So
will
open your notebook and
I
write
will
it
have my
down.
men look into it.
What do you do to defend this city, but
I
sit there and drink all day long?
I do not drink all day long. I've had just one. And if you must know,
One
I managed
bottle today? Is that what you're referring to?
I manage the local military force here, ensure that things are run smoothly. Guards are swapped out on their posts at their posted times, and the overall safety of the town. As I said, I've bigger worries at the moment than a couple of upset adventurers.
Tibble walks
So
over to the outside and talks to one of the soldiers and says, "You there. When was the last time he came out of this room?"
And he says, "Sir, I'm not at liberty to discuss that."
I'm giving you authority.
This is appreciate the vote of confidence, sir, but I like my job too much. I must comply.
I walk over and be like, my friend here asked you a question.
Give me an intimidation
I
check.
expect an answer. 18.
He says, Sergeant Yorm is spent many hours in his study, in between trips to the cafeteria, and to his bedchambers. He spends most of his time behind closed doors in here. We don't really see what he gets into.
Oh, I see. Okay. Till walks over to Yorm and says, You are trying to remain strong and well capable for the next cult attack, for the next automaton attack, for the next dragon attack. Is that right? You don't need us. You don't need us anymore. Your soldiers can take care of this, right?"
He says, my soldiers do their job, and they do their job well. We're spread too thin at the moment with everything going on, and we do what we can."
They do what they can, but will that be enough?
He says, "Well, with the way the attacks have increased along the high road, I'm not sure how efficient that we will be. I think eventually we may need to reach out for additional support. But of course, an adventurer like you who spends most of his time outside the city doesn't see the daily going ons around town. You don't see the merchants that have gone missing or show up covered in wounds, claiming to have been attacked."
Wounds by what?
He says, "Well, there are further reports of zombies along the high road coming out of the marshes, um, rumors of brigands attacking merchants along the high road. I just don't have the forces to look into it at the moment. As I said, we're stretched very thin."
So if you're stretched very thin, wouldn't you think that you'd want us on your side, that you'd want to be on our good side to help you, to help the city, so you can remain in this room and eat and drink and sleep?
He says, "I have put the requisition in for to Griselda for additional forces, If you have any questions, you should talk to her.
And if you weren't a shit leader, don't you think that there'd be more people signing up to join your cause to defend this city? But they see what type of leader you are, sitting here in your room doing nothing while merchants go missing, dead.
He says, "My
Don't
my
you want to
men,
be better?
my men are the best in the business, and they work very efficiently with the means that they have. And I work hard to get them the additional support that they need, but I can only do so much. You you you
You
don't
can only do
understand."
so much. You can only do so much sitting here in this room doing nothing. Your men are the best. Your men are the protectors of this city. You should be there with them, making sure that they aren't sleeping on the job, making sure that there aren't automatons slipping through. Your men are spread thin because no one wants to join the cause. So do yourself a favor, get up from the seat, go outside, get some air. There's a battle coming. If you're not prepared, you will die.
He says, I assure you that the city will be prepared in the event of a battle. We have been working on the palisades, and construction along the palisades have come along rather swiftly, and we're getting more and more men stationed in posts. But like I said, we do what we can with the resources we have, standing in good faith that the resources will come as they are needed.
I'm sure the city will be prepared. Will you be prepared?
He says, yes. I have very good men on the job who are prepared to fight to the death to defend the city, and we value their.
Again, with your men. What will you do?
Oh well, like I said, I will be there to organize the defense when the time comes.
I
Are you
walk over
prepared
to
to
the
die for
door.
this village?
He says,
I walk
I come from a very strong line of warriors,
I walk
quite
over to the
bad
door.
already.
I walk over to the door and close it. And I assume there's probably a lock in here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lock the door.
Okay.
uh and I'm gonna walk over here to Yorm as well. I don't appreciate the fucking attitude after everything we've done. I don't I don't have confidence in what you're doing. You better fucking shape up. If you're not getting out there and seeing what's going on and actually looking at these armaments and these different constructions that you're having in the city, you're not getting a temperature gauge on the city and what's going on here, we're going to have a big problem. We fought hard to get the city to where it's at now. Do I make myself clear?
And he says, yes, absolutely. I'm in full agreement. Like I said, I'm doing everything I can to get everything up and running. I mean,
You're
we're working
absolutely
just as
not.
hard.
You are absolutely not doing everything you can. You're doing a shit job. And that needs to change.
He says, well, if I could get some help with the brigand problem along the high road, it would open up a lot more resources for me here in town to better allocate our men to places that they were more needed.
I'm sure
You
we
should
can
go
figure out a
out
way
and
to help with that, but you need to help us as well.
Well, what do you need help with?
Information, man.
What sort of information are you looking for, man?
There have
We
been
need to
tales.
know
Sorry, go ahead.
we need to know number one, what's going on with Galio?
Galio is uh, he's a bit of a nerd. He spends all his time poring over his books and working in his lab. He doesn't interact with us very much. He will sometimes ask for assistance from some of the men, and I give him the resources he needs. And the men don't complain. They find him a little bit strange and eccentric, but overall, he sort of keeps to himself. Aside from the occasional outbursts of exclamations from his office or from his lab, we he has more information on everything else that's happening here in the tower. You're better off talking to Calio, truthfully.
You're not understanding my point. I need to know from an outside source how he's acting. And I will try to determine if he's telling the truth in what he just said.
Um, sure. Give me an insight check.
17.
You're certain that he Yoram doesn't know much. He trusts Galio to do his job. More out of indifference. He doesn't care to know what Galio's up to. He hasn't heard anything bad from any of his men, so it's not something he needs to look into or worry about.
Okay. Do you have any men that are stationed with Galio, like that actually see the day to day and that see what he's doing?
Yeah. I'm sure. Any of the guards who could give you more information. I'm pretty sure that they've worked alongside of him at some point or another. Like I said, I allot Galio the resources he needs, men included, and uh, most of them will help with the experiments here and there. But you're better off asking them.
I need you to understand that he could be one of the biggest threats to the city, and I need you to keep a closer eye on him. And next time I see
And
you,
he lets
I
out
need
a bit
I
of a
need
laugh.
more
He says,
information.
"Galileo, that crazy old fool, it's highly unlikely. He,
Listen
as
here.
I said, he is a kooky old man.
He's serious, Yorm. You don't take anything seriously. He has ways of accessing magical artifacts that you've only ever dreamt of.
He says,
And if he turns on
well,
this
I
town,
know he has his experiments, but I've not heard anything nefarious from any of the men. If the men were worried, they would let me know.
would
And are
they?
any of the men versed in magic that would understand what he's even doing?
Well, I don't know what their knowledge in magic is, but like I said, many of the men have worked hand in hand with Galileo, and I've heard no complaints other than his eccentric nature.
Yorm, how would you even know? You don't spend any time with your men.
Oh well, if they thought it was important, they would bring it to my attention.
Oh, sure.
No news is good news in
Yeah,
this line
of
of
course.
business.
And what of tales of this dragon? How how much information can you give us about that?
Dragon, you say? Which dragon?
The dragon that's supposedly been terrorizing merchant caravans all up and down the Sword Coast.
Oh no. There not so much. There are rumors of old Gnawbones, but she's wives tell it best.
No,
She's
no,
not.
no. I'm speaking of the claws of the coast.
Oh, yeah, young sir. I think. I think you need to spend some time with Galileo in his study there. The Claws of the Coast is a old dragon that used to patrol the seas. Hasn't been seen for some time.
You're useless. You're
Uh,
absolutely useless to
he
us.
says you're the one that mixes up your dragons.
No, my notes are correct.
I,
FYI. Bronze dragon called the claws of the coast between Leylon and Phandalin, possibly dead, according to my
So
my lore checks last time.
the last thing I'll have to ask of you, Yoram, is probably the one thing that you're better be useful for. What's going on with the lizard folk?
There have been no issues with the lizard folk, I am aware. They have withheld their with, held up their end of the bargain. From time to time, they come into town and gather supplies, and we've had no issues. They've been quite interesting. Some of the little ones are a little cute, if I may say so myself.
um, Fuck. Broke my chain of thought. Um,
Good.
well, I need you to start thinking outside the box. They're formidable warriors, some of them, and I think it's time that you start considering enlisting their help. They're they're open to arrangements and negotiations, and you may be able to get some help from them.
He says, "Oh yeah, well, like I said, Box Saslin, the lizard people have been very helpful and they've held up their end of the bargain. They make sure that there is no funny business happening along the trade route. However, uh, reports of attacks have been outside of their range."
I need you to make it clear to them that all of these attacks are going to start getting closer and closer to home, and they better start caring, and you better start caring.
Well, I assure you, the lizard people have shown no cause for concern, and have defended their portion of the high road as requested, with no issues. As I said, the troubles that we are having are further south than their territory.
Maybe I'm not making myself clear. I need you to start asking them for help.
He says, maybe I'm not making myself clear. They are helping.
I'm done with this guy.
Yoram, who gives you authority to run this military
He
troop?
says, the steward of Neverwinter has assigned me directly.
Very well. I shall speak with the steward of Neverwinter,
He
who's
says,
also given us authority.
Good luck with that. His schedule is very busy. The wait time to get in to see him has got to be months at this point.
If it's as busy as yours, and we'll see him very soon.
He says, no, I assure you, the steward is quite busy.
Yoram, get out, touch some grass, talk to your men, rally the troops, get them to believe again.
He says, well, I assure you, I will have a stern chat with the men. They know better than to let people into my office without an appointment. I'm going to have a very long talk with them and sort them out and make sure that they are minding their P's and Q's. Thank you for pointing out this chink in our armor of sorts. This is not acceptable, and I assure you we will tighten up our guard.
If there's a chink in anyone's armor, you are that.
He says, no. My family are not of Asian descent.
I want to
Yo, what
start.
the fuck?
Wait,
Jesus
what did he
wanna-
say?
Christ.
And with that, we're going to go to break. All right.
Just fucking pull us off YouTube, bro.
Nobody's watching.
Watch, we actually have viewers. I haven't checked.
None.
Thank God.
It's just me every week.
Thank fucking
What's
God.
on his desk?
You see like a general map of like the Sword Coast, pinpoints on where like guards are supposed to be on patrol. There's a like schedule of shifts, laid out in front of him. A lot of the paperwork has like food stains on it. There's like some crumbs on them. they're not in any particular order, kind of disheveled papers on the desks, not almost as if they've been unattended.
I am gonna just walk up and like start picking up documents and reading them.
Give
I'm
me
looking.
a sleight of hand.
I'm not trying to sneak it. I'm like
I
right.
know, but just I just want to
Okay.
see how.
Okay. That's a 5.
As you go to reach out, he kind of like struggles to get up at first, but then is able to gather some momentum to like push himself forward and like puts his hand on the paperwork. He says, "Oh, these are very official documents. I assure you, you have no authority."
I push him over.
Give me a strength check.
That's gonna be terrible. Well, 16.
Can I can I help if he doesn't if he needs the extra strength?
How would you like to help?
Hmm.
Come push his ass.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can wait. Is he trying to push him back in his chair?
Yeah, he's trying to get up
Can
to
I?
block me from getting documents, so I'm just
Can
shoving him
I?
over.
Hold on. All right. I think I have a funny way to help.
Oh well, hold on. Palpius wants to
Okay.
help.
All right. All right. All right.
So as he tries to push him, I try to grab him back and pull him back towards his chair.
Okay. Give me or go ahead and add your strength bonus to the.
So what does it say for your plus for strength, Sal? Or like where you actually
Um,
click?
is that
Be like
the
it should be like +3, +4, somewhere around there. Like in the top
yeah
part
plus
where it says
four
strength. Yeah. So
plus four?
that'd be a dirty 20.
Cool. Yeah, you absolutely slam him back down in his chair, and he is like, "Ugh!" Like almost as if he's like feels like he's been just completely attacked, and just he curls up and kind of puts his arms out to kind of hide himself, and as he kind of lets out a shriek as he recoils in fear.
Yeah, and I guess I just want to get like a closer look. I mean, I can already tell this stuff's not really being monitored or taken care of, but as I'm like picking up the documents, is that even more clear, or am I seeing anything that I didn't kind of notice before in terms of scheduling? Like, are there any big gaps or like flaws in what he's doing?
No, the documents don't necessarily the documents are all kind of correct and in order. Um, you gather that although he is a bit of a slaw, a bit unattentive, the unit kind of manages itself and works in in clockwork. Um, and but I will say that you do see some like reports that were on his desk of mention of a tower in the south.
In the South?
Yeah.
This is
Uh,
the first mention that we've heard of a tower in the South, right?
yeah, correct. You see reports of a tower in the south. Um, you see the name Eniarv. It's I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
I was gonna
In
say spell that shit.
Yeah.
Eniarv Towers.
Hey.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. I forgot to turn my video back on after I finished eating.
Inyarv. Oh, that's way different than I thought it
Yeah,
was.
100%. I heard F.
yeah.
Eniarv's tower. And these are the reports of like merchants being attacked,
This fucking
un-
sneaky bitch.
undead sightings, kind of in the marshlands,
I hate this
in
fool.
the forest area. You also see the reports of the raid on Leylon Point, a small farming community to the north, just outside of a few miles north of the town. Um,
Leylon Point?
Leylon Points. Is a small farming town along the coast that supplies a lot of the what's the word I'm looking for? Agriculture for Leylon, and provides lots of food and dairy, things like that. Um, they have been multiple raids on Leylon points, seemingly increasing over time with their frequency. You remember Griselda mentioning this to you, asking you to look into it if you happen to be in the area. You also see that there are reports of a lighthouse also to the north, and rumors of a large warship that has, um, sorry, rumors of many ships being sunk near the tower, almost as if they are being lured in by the lighthouse. With merchant ships being sunk, um, is a need for investigation, as many ships carrying goods have gone missing on the open waters, uh, especially now that the Claws of the Coast has been missing for several years. The uh, trade routes along the Sword Coast have become more and more dangerous for merchant ships, which is part of the reason for the lack of supplies being able to be brought in. Um,
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good info. And I guess I'm just kind of reading aloud or speaking my thoughts as I'm doing this, so everybody kind of, is on the same page. Is there one? And I guess this all just kind of correlates with the map, right? There's nothing like different or outstanding about the map.
no, in fact, the locations are pointed out on the map. You would be able to take time to copy them down if you'd like.
Yeah, totally would.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you're able to copy those down and mark them on your map. Like I said, to the south, kind of along the high road down south, almost as if you're heading down to Waterdeep, there is the Iniarv's Tower, where rumors of undead sightings and merchants being attacked by brigands down there. To the north is Leylon Point, the farming community that is being raided, and supplies are becoming less and less frequent, and causing a scare for the city. They're running out of food essentially, and they're only growing. So the security of that farming town is vital for the survival of the city. Um, Also, the Tower of Storms, the lighthouse along the coast that is causing merchant ships to be sunk at sea, um, furthering the lack of supplies being able to be brought into the city. Um,
okay. Um, all right. Well, what do I say now? Guess I'll say this does seem to correlate with at least partially with what he's saying. I don't think he's running the tightest ship here, and he definitely could be doing more, but there are a lot of attacks going on. And I can understand why he doesn't have the resources to man all of this. Again, I'm not discrediting the fact that he's a shitty leader. Do you guys have any interest in these documents? Should we take them? I think we can just leave them here and continue on.
I mean, I don't think we need them if you had a pretty good look.
yeah, and like
I,
I said, you would have been able to take the time to like mark the locations on your own map, for your own record. So you
Okay.
know where they are. You would know where to go if you chose to seek those places
Okay.
out.
Okay.
Tybalt says, Yoram, if we take care of the brigands and your men have time to defend where needed, we will do that if you give us authority over your men.
Oh,
He says, "Well, I will certainly discuss with the city council on how much authority you have. I do. I will voice a strong vote in your favor, of course, saying that you do have the town's best interest in mind. I assure you, you have my full support. But this is a town decision that I wouldn't be able to authorize to make myself. I would need to check in with the other leaders of the city, but I don't see any problem with something like that. As far as here in the tower, at the very least, my men are at your disposal. I assure you, we have full cooperation.
I want an insight check on if he's actually going to support us.
same.
Give me
I
an
want to
insight
help.
check. Yeah, give me an insight check, Vox, and Ebrath, add your bonus.
Got it. And as
Oh, fuck
the whole
yeah.
time, I'm gonna fucking be like listening to his stutter and be like, this sounds like I'm trying to see if like it's an affectation, like he's pretending to be terrified of us. What'd you get?
Uh, I got a 24 on my own,
So you got a
plus
28.
Yeah, Vox, you have intimidated quite a few guards in your time, and you know what it's like, what it sounds like when somebody is speaking without thinking thoroughly. And you can gather that although he is somewhat sincere, he's kind of just tell you what he thinks you want to hear.
Right.
He is genuinely intimidated by you, but he's kind of just trying to get you out of his hair.
okay.
I'll take out a paper. One of his papers is that's loose. Take out a pen and say, we make this deal here and now. I want it in writing. We help you. You help us.
And he will take a pen or quill or whatever, and say, "Oh, of course, Tybalt, of course." And he'll say, "To whom it may concern, the 99 have full access and uh, authority to request assistance from any of the town's guard at any point," and signs it.
Is there any seal you need to add to this?
As you look around, you don't see that there are any like town seals that are on any other sort of like document. So
Damn, dude.
nothing that would like.
You're not even important enough to have your own fucking seal.
All right. All
Jesus
right.
Christ.
So hold on. I need to make sure I get this detail correct. The document says that the town's guard will help anytime we ask them to.
God damn
Am
it,
I
Fox, dude.
paraphrasing that correctly?
Yes, but if you ask me to give you 20
Well,
fucking guards
it's
to
in
attack
writing.
something, I swear to
No,
God,
it's in writing.
I swear to
It's in
God,
writing.
no,
What does it say? I'll write it down
that
word
they
for
will
word.
help you if you need help.
Okay.
Okay. So how many guards does the town actually have? That way we don't go asking for 20.
I don't know, man.
I'm sure that
Honestly, I don't
paperwork is
know.
on his desk. Am I right?
Yeah, they maybe have 50. I don't know.
I just
That's
look.
it?
There have been times where I thought it was something, and then it came back. So I don't want to make sure I got that right because it's in writing, right? Like if it was my memory, it's one thing, but it's in fucking writing. So okay, I wrote it down.
Typical Dave.
Hey man, it'll come back later. Promise you.
Trust me, if it was up to Dave, we would have 57 people in our initiative order
Our
with
notes
fucking
would be
little
300
kids
pages
and
by now if it
fucking
was up to me.
little kids and with sticks and
Hell
fucking
yeah.
farmers.
Bro, yeah, I
Yeah.
still can't believe you're trying to mobilize this fucking these
Hey,
kids.
that girl could cast thaumaturgy, like that's something.
They're
Which is
thaumaturgy. That's a cantrip.
That's still something. It's better than
Oh,
nothing. Hey, if we're
Better
all
than
gonna
this fat
die,
ass we got here.
if we're all gonna die, all of those little bits add up.
sure. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I just don't see how that. Anyway, all right, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. We still gotta talk. We still gotta talk to Galio.
Are you gonna die on that hill or are we gonna keep moving? All
you
Um,
right.
might die on the hill.
as we walk away, can I see under? Like, is there a gap between the bottom of his desk and the floor, or is the desk all the way to the floor?
No, it's yeah, like it has like table legs, like you can see
Okay.
underneath them.
Okay, so I can't see like
And
the.
especially at your height, you have a
Yeah, yeah,
clear
yeah.
clear
So
shot.
so what I'm saying is like I'm gonna start walking out of the room, and then so he's like gotten back up and he's sitting in his chair again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As we as I start walking out, and I'm just
And I
gonna
will
turn
say
back.
that as you look back, there are several goblets of ale that are just been like discarded on the floor, kind of just thrown aside once he's done with
Any
them.
like fucking piss cups or anything?
No, but it looks like he has pissed himself.
Hell yeah. So as we're walking
Oh,
away,
way worse.
I'm gonna be like, oh, one more thing. And I'm gonna look and pull out pull out my cannon and try and shoot out one of the legs of his like chair, so he falls again.
Give me an attack roll.
Fuck yeah! All right.
You gotta give him advantage, man. Come on. It's an inanimate
I
object.
wish I fucking had inspiration, but I do not. All right, so I definitely got to use. Yeah, let's fucking go. Come on, let's go. Let's go, bitch. All right. I'm gonna flash a genius and 19.
You can flash a genius in attack roll.
Ah, shit. No, I can't.
Fuck.
Is it technically a skill check?
And it's ability check or a saving. No, I wouldn't know.
Okay.
No, so that's a 14.
Hits actually. 14 was the AC I gave myself in my head. So.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I'm not trying to like hurt him at all.
Yeah.
I'm just
You're,
trying to
you're attacking
fucking
an object, yeah, but
yeah.
objects do have ACs.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I'm just saying like as far as I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm just trying to fucking just fuck with him because he's
Yeah.
a piece of
Yeah.
shit
Roll your
and I hate him.
damage.
Roll my damage. Fuck. All right. Okay,
You don't
this
get
one
to
isn't that bad.
You
This
don't
one
get to
isn't
just
that
like obliterate shit just because things have HP.
bad.
The chair
Unless
has
you're
HP.
Without adding my extra D8, without
unless you're
adding
a
my extra
turtle, then you can just obliterate portcullises, no problem.
true, without adding my extra D8, 18 damage.
Yeah, the leg snaps from underneath the weight of his uh body,
Like I'm
and he just
trying to be like a fucking
falls.
sniper with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he just kind of goes, oh, and like the leg snaps, and he goes, oh, and he just kind of like slides and like rolls out of his chair. It's not even like an immediate like
Yeah,
fall.
it's like
It
it's
takes him a
slow.
while. It takes
Like
him
when
a while.
old
Yeah,
people fall down and it's like,
exactly.
fuck, dude,
Exactly.
like you've been falling for 5 minutes. Just get down there.
Yeah, exactly. It was like me when I took a dab for the first time, and
Like,
I just fucking slowly was
and
like,
you're grabbing at air and you're trying to grab the wall and you're like, oh shit. Yeah, and I'm not even gonna look back at it. I'm just gonna fucking boom and just walk out the door.
yeah. You hear him, oh,
Just be like, and as I hit the threshold, I'll say to the guards, I'm like, man, you guys got a lot to clean up.
mhm. Hey, let's take a quick break. I gotta pee.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Perfect break time.
All right, bitches, I'm back.
So he's rolling on the floor.
Yeah, he's just making old man noises at this point. He's like struggling to get up. He's like trying to do a push up, but it's like.
All right. When we get back, I'm gonna actually snatch this cup now, Vale.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I don't need to roll a sleight of hand for that one, right?
Nah, no, you're good.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, in my mind, I was like, if I just close the door, the guards are off, like they're off limits.
Yeah.
Man, I wanted so much more from him, but we did get a lot of good info. So I can't even complain.
Yeah, you got your info, bro. I just had to make it shitty.
You gotta
Really
make
shitty,
everything
dude.
shitty, Ronnie.
I try.
You really do.
No, I make some things
I
fun.
wanted
Like
to fucking kill him.
the gnomes are fun.
Look, I'm not completely against that, Sal. It would just be a little bit like we're gonna have a lot of shit to deal with if we do that. The thought
Yeah.
crossed my mind too. That's like when I first locked the door, I'm like, all right, maybe we kill him.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
I don't know
the
if we
world
I don't
is
know if we want to deal with the political repercussions of that either.
the world is your
No,
oyster.
I get you. Calm down there.
Dude,
World
in
is
our
your oyster.
first game, they killed like Harbin Wester was the original town master. They fucking assassinated him. And then they killed the guy that
Who?
took over after him.
Okay,
Who
well,
assassinated him?
first of all, I had nothing to do with any of that. All I did was just help a friend when he asked.
Yeah, so first Tom decides to assassinate this town
And
leader.
in my defense, when Harbin Wester asked us, "Why are you murdering me?" I said, "I don't know."
That was the best part. Because
No,
Harbin Wester wasn't a shitty person like Harbin Wester
So
Jr. I mean, he
this is
was
all Tom's fault.
no.
yeah,
The best part, and
Jesus Christ.
this might be my favorite moment from the entire campaign. Honestly, this is the highlight of it for me. Was that Tom had some underhanded scheme to assassinate Harbin Wester that didn't involve the party. Like he was doing like
He
secret,
was going by it on his own. He
like
was doing
him
some
and
secret monk
so
shit.
so
him and Dave were
I
doing
took a
like
different I
behind the
had a different
scenes.
take. I had a different take on which one is it? The Harpers that like
Yeah, the
honor
Harpers are the good guys.
money and like subterfuge kind of. So
They're a
like my
clandestine.
take
They're
on
like a
it.
good clandestine
No,
organization.
no, it was the Zentarum because he was
Oh,
like a
the
dag
Centaurum.
he was like a dagger or something
Got
or
it, got it. I was gonna say Harpers are good guys.
no,
Yeah,
Zentarum are
so
the like shifty guys, and
Yeah.
Tom was like a member of them. It was like a low ranking member, and one of his, I guess, assignments or something. And this is just me guessing because honestly, we were never in on it.
Nice.
It was all just
and he never
between.
revealed it.
He never revealed it.
So you guys didn't know it was happening until he was doing it.
Kind of like we were all in agreement. It's like, hey, this guy sucks. Like he's not a great town leader.
But in hindsight, much better than Harbin Wester Jr.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, 1,000
Well,
times.
not
Yeah,
much,
God damn it.
not much, but better.
yeah.
But
Okay.
so I had a take on that faction where I'm like, I'm gonna make them just like they'll do anything, right? And
Right.
so like I had pulled Tom aside, and I had just like a one-on-one with him, and I was like, this is what's happening. And the offer was made, right? I forgot who it was at the time, but somebody made him the offer and they're like, do you want to join this faction? And he's like, hell yeah. And so then from then on out, there were several times in the campaign where he would just do like shady shit, or he would message me. He's like, I'm trying to get this random person's attention because I'm trying to like do like the whole subterfuge thing. I'm like, cool, let's work it out. But he started that like his first thing after getting initiated, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill the town master. And
God damn.
he did, and he convinced a bunch of people to help him. And like Ronnie said, during that whole time while they're killing him, I was like, why are you killing me? And none of them knew. And, and Tom
We
was like,
don't know.
Yeah. And so my whole thing was like Tom was my boy, right?
Yeah.
Blaz
You guys were like battle buddies.
Was my boy. So like I told him, yo, we ride together, we die together, bad boys for life, I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
ask
yeah.
questions. And then but yeah, the best part of all of that, now that you have the context, the best part of all of that was that he asked us one by one, why are you murdering me? And I was like, I don't know, dude. And then he asked Francine, why are you murdering me? And LeChuga was just like, hey man, whatever happens, happens. And he asked Luna, Cynthia's character, why are you murdering me? She was like, you're just not doing a great job. So you
so
Gotta go.
gotta go. And then he asked Tom, why are you murdering me? And Tom went,
and he just was like trying to finish the job, right? I think it
and
was something like that.
What?
I was like, oh shit, Tom forgot why he was doing this.
Oh my god.
And now we're just murdering the guy just because.
Because he can't remember his
Because he
original
can't
reason.
remember his
No,
original.
I think he did remember. He just didn't want to involve you guys.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it was.
Oh, like he didn't want to like let it be known that he was a
Yeah,
part of that organization.
Yeah, he was trying to keep it a secret the whole time, and like I didn't necessarily dictate that, but once he killed Harbin, then he was like, "Fuck, I can't tell them now that I'm in this thing, and I killed a guy without like telling them, right?"
Right, right, right,
So I
right,
think at
right.
that point he was just
He's
like
like, oh, fucking
morally
too late.
conflicted. He's like, "Now it's a secret, and that's just what I'm gonna roll with," and he made it work. It was kind of fun doing that.
Hmm.
The
That's pretty
faction,
crazy.
I wanted now in hindsight I would do so much more with the factions, but that one actually went kind of cool.
I know I kind of forgot about them, to be honest with you. Like we were kind of doing that for a bit, but it got away from me.
The factions. Oh, the Order of the Gauntlet.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I can still bring it back.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's easy to forget.
Sybil and Gon are still members.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a member of a different one. I have the Harpers.
Yeah, you're the Harper. Yeah.
That's right.
So I mean, quite frankly, I could do more with it too. But
Yeah,
anyway, are we all back? Ready to go?
yeah, yeah.
Cool. Let's get
So
that music
before we
started on a
leave,
Friday night.
I think we do want to the streams going and everything.
Yeah.
Um, I want to. Should we talk to Galio? What do you guys think? Like, at least to try to gauge his character. Do we talk to the guards? Like, I think we need to do something with Galio because
I gotta
just to
talk to
remind
Galio, man.
everyone, like, he's kind of going nuts, and we think he might basically be building like a nuke, right? Because he had a
Yeah.
dragon shard and he was like experimenting with it.
Yeah, we've
And
been wanting to talk to
there's
Galio the whole time, and we
right.
spent like a session and a half just trying to get to fucking Galio.
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
we need to go talk to
So,
him. We're not
yeah.
talking to Galio.
Yeah.
But do we start with the guards or do we just go in?
No, fuck it. We're already upstairs. May as well just go up to his office. I don't want to go back
Yeah.
downstairs, talk to the guards, and then come back upstairs. We can just talk to the guards on the way out.
Okay. Is
Unless we get to his room and he's fucking gone.
his chamber nearby us, Ronnie?
Yeah. He's actually on the first floor when you guys first came in.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
They said you showed us which door was his workshop, right? Motherfucker. All right. Go back down.
All right, wait. Uh, are we just gonna act natural with the guards?
I already told him you got some shit to clean up.
Oh, okay? Because the door's locked right now. Like we're inside a closed and locked room.
Oh, what?
So
Well, I'm saying that as we walk out because that fool's literally in a puddle of his own piss.
okay.
Kibbles,
All right.
Kibble's gonna use a letter like a backstage pass.
Yeah. Just fucking
Like,
bring it out of your shirt. Like, hey, man, I'm allowed to be back here.
VIP.
yeah, VIP.
All right. Yeah, I guess. All right. I'll follow your lead.
It's like what is it?
I
Wayne's World.
snatch his
Yeah. And I'll just kind of
I
like
snatch
fucking
his
dude.
His
Let's
his
do
ale.
the
mug
fucking.
and finish his ale as I'm gonna walk out behind you guys.
I was like, yeah, dude,
Disrespect.
you gotta. I was like, yo, make sure those aren't pee. And then look, go. You got some shit to clean up, boys. I'll just keep walking
And then
out.
you should like dribble the last little bits of like the last little babas in the drink and just spill it on him.
Ugh.
All right, let's
Just
go.
toss the mug at
Okay.
him.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It hits him right in the head.
God damn,
Clink.
that fool. I'm out of there.
I don't know why this is so funny to me. Watching you guys like move your tokens around the ship. Let me just fucking get you guys real quick.
Sha-sha-sha.
Sha-sha-sha. Where's it?
Can I have that item added to my inventory, Ron? I want some
But
pocket sand.
Oh, while you're looking at inventory, so we can split that gold I found. Everybody gets 62 and a half.
oh, sick! Fuck yeah, it worked.
Sweet.
The
What worked?
So
prefab.
62 gold and 50 silver. What's
Each?
the EP? Is that Ethereum?
Yeah. Or
We don't use that, right?
sure. It's just we've never really gotten into the like specifics of
The weight or anything, right?
currency.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't.
How much
Okay.
gold and silver?
62 gold, 50 silver. Oh, wait, no, 5 silver. Sorry.
I was about to say.
He's trying
I
to
didn't realize it was 10
he's
to
trying
1.
to jip you there, Pelpius.
No, I was trying to give him too much.
I don't know. It sounds like you might have to insight check that bitch.
Go for it.
Why are you trying to fucking instigate a shit right now, Cabron?
Hey, all I'm saying is you said you wanted to be a barbarian who is no shits taken, no fucks given kind of guy, and I'm just pointing these things out just because I mean I don't know.
Doesn't
If
Yeah,
I
well,
was
I
a
still got to get a little comfortable with all these characters you
if I
have, you
was a
know?
barbarian and somebody was trying to not pay me my worth, I would be kind of upset and maybe even go into a rage or something. But I mean, hey, you play your character how you want to play. I mean,
All right, are we just marching along here?
Yeah, I know where his room's at. It's right here.
Okay. Just to know if we're.
I mean, we're not doing anything wrong. No, nobody's, trying to bar us from going down here. This
as
is
you
like
get
all the
there,
common area.
the guard says, "Oh,
Yeah.
actually, you just missed him. He just stepped out."
Are you fucking kidding
Son of
me?
a bitch.
No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, you
I'll go
you
into
go
his
into
workshop.
his study and he's there at his desk, kind of just poring over a tome, and he looks up and he kind of just
Oh shit, my bad,
just like
Dave. I was moving you.
It's okay.
nods
It's okay.
at you, almost doesn't really acknowledge your presence, just kind of acknowledges that he sees you, but goes back to what he's doing. He
So
says,
I want to sit at one of the chairs in front of him. Are there like miscellaneous books stacked anywhere in the room, like on the floor or anything? Okay,
everywhere. This
cool.
is like his personal library.
So I'm going to sit on the chair and then be like, nope, this isn't gonna work. So I'm gonna get off and get like 4 or 5 like thick ass books, right?
Mhm.
Put them on the seat, and then scoot the chair like closer to the desk, like way closer than anybody else in this room would need to be. And I'm gonna climb up, and then I'm gonna extend my feet so my heels are on the edge of his desk, and fucking. But I needed to be closer, and all the added height. Like, what's up, Galio? The fuck are you doing?
And you'll see him kind of look up at you and then kind of notice you just like sitting on his books and kind of like tilt his head to the side to see what book exactly that you're using, and then you feel a spectral force put almost like you have arms underneath your armpits picking you up and lifting you into the air as the books are now being pulled up from underneath you, and the covers of them being shown to Galileo as he one by one dismisses the books, and they are placed back on the chair, and you are again sat on atop your books as he says, that's fine. I've read through those. How can I help you?
Fucking rude. What are you doing? What are you researching right now?
And he says, "Oh, I've just been so just enthralled in this study of the astral plane that Televar has chronicled very masterfully. You would be very impressed, Ebrath, when you read these notes. He has studied this very extensively, and just mind-boggling to think of the possibilities he seems to have created a beacon that is able to call creatures from other planes. Uh, if we can master that force, we might have access to wonders beyond our imagination.
What do you mean a beacon?
Well, that's the thing. I haven't quite worked it out myself, but it appears that he is able to uh, use some sort of force to send out a signal, if you may, to other planes of existence. Are you familiar with the planes? Well, it's much too complicated to go into. I'm sure you have a rudimentary understanding. At the very least, you are a very capable researcher yourself. Um, it appears that he has been able to reach out to uh, other life outside of the material world. He had a pet fae that he was quite fond of.
Yeah, we
So
met her.
yeah, and he was very interested in reaching out to explore alternate life forces out in the different planes, and just after having researched uh, uh, teleportation portals for you, it now makes more sense of this beacon of sorts. If we can use this power to reach out to the other planes, there's no telling what we may encounter and learn from and expand our knowledge and our understanding of the world. And there's just so much potential here. There's a lot.
Of course, yeah, there's boundless potential, but Gallia, you do see the danger in what you're speaking of. You
Well,
recall what
yes.
happened. You recall what happened to Televar.
Yes. Well, Televar didn't have the understanding back then. He didn't have the access to information that we have today. And with
Sure, but he was an insanely powerful mage with a couple centuries of information at his disposal, and he still succumbed to it.
sure, but I assure you, with the right team, I think we could accomplish great things.
But how can you be sure that whatever passageway you open and whatever beacon you manufacture will call the right entity?
Well, that is you are correct. That is a danger that we are well aware of and are taking precautions to avoid. We uh, This is not yet in practice. I assure you, this is still in the uh, research and development phase.
Insight check.
Sure, roll it.
Fuck. It's a 9.
No, he's very honest. He's very sincere.
Okay.
He is just so enthralled in his work that it's comes off as a passionate researcher.
Well, while he's talking, do I detect any large sources of magic within the tower that I'm unfamiliar with? Now, I'm not talking himself or any of his tomes that I would have seen him use or reference.
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Better. No, let's 17 with Flash of Genius.
No, you don't feel anything that strikes you as odd or unfamiliar.
Okay. And I'll say, okay, of course it's but do me a favor, Galio. Would you mind keeping me in the loop on this? Let me know once this transitions to a more practical stage.
Oh yes, Ebrath, absolutely. In fact, I would intend to reach out to you specifically,
Yeah.
having seen the details of your notebook and the schematics that you are privy to. I think you would be very suited in the advancement of this research, and I think knowing the I can't remember what your new class is.
Artificer?
Artificer. Knowing you to be the artificer that you are, and with the source material that you have, I think you would be quite proud of yourself to accomplish something great with this. I think in due time, and I do
Yeah.
think that security is of the utmost importance.
Well, and if
I've
nothing
gotten
else,
along in my age, and my magic isn't quite as strong as it used to be, and so I don't want to put myself in a position that will get me into some trouble. You know.
of course. I mean, if nothing else, having another set of eyes can't hurt.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely, absolutely.
okay, great. So, question, Galileo. Again, I know obviously you've been very, very busy. But since we've arrived back at Leylon after our recent travels, we've been hearing some pretty disturbing rumors about the area. Um, so apparently there have been brigands attacking the merchants up and down the Sword Coast. We have heard a bunch of corroborating stories in regards to that, but we've also heard stories of Gnawbones um, leaving her forests. We've heard stories of possibly the Claws of the Coast either being less active or more active. All these stories conflict. Do you know anything about it?
He says, truthfully, I don't spend much time outside of my between the lab and my study here. I don't really get out much. But if you'd like, I could use some divination magic to find the information you were looking for. I could cast a legend lore spell and gather the information you need. I have plenty of source material here in the library.
That that would be fantastic. That would be of much help.
He says, normally I charge a fee for this, but I will do this one for you in good faith.
Of course, Galileo. And after we've gotten that information, any other goings on in the magical realm that I should be aware of, especially as it pertains to Leylon and this tower?
No, I assure you, all research is going into these, expanding on what we've worked on together, the teleportation, the time and space magic. That is kind of what led me to this astral beacon of sorts. If we can utilize that same magic to open it up to other realms, other planes of existence, there is so much to be learned. Our our generation of magic can be furthered along its evolutionary path. There's just so much that is out there.
I understand. I know it's quite a lot to ask.
He says, I heard that there's a blacksmith in town who is able to craft magic items or something, but that
That's
is
true.
not a concern of mine.
No, yeah,
I'm not a wielder of swords.
she's actually been benefiting from some of my research as well. I've been helping her along to hone her craft and increase her capacity as far as a magical armsmith.
Yes, of course. Now, if you may,
Sure.
please provide a person, place, or object, and I will cast the spell to gather the information you are looking for.
I'll look to Tybalt. Um, should we divine more information about that bronze dragon? Or should we pursue Gnawbones? What are you thinking?
I think the bronze dragon may be the best We
mean,
we need answers.
if she still lives, at the very least, she won't immediately try and kill us like Gnawbones will.
Right.
Um, so I'll turn and say, Galio, give me what you got in regards to the bronze dragon called the Claws of the Coast.
Um, absolutely. Excuse me. Give me 1 second while I pull that up.
hmm
Okay. Cool. As he uh as you give him the subject that he is looking out for, he says, let me work my magic now. He says, this is where I really shine. And as he does that, he stretches out his hands and opens them out, palms and fingers forward. And all of the candles in the room are snuffed out with wisps of smoke rising from each. They start to get blown about as books after books and tomes and scrolls all come flying off the shelves and floating in the air, swirling in the room around you, almost as if you're in a dust storm, like a dust devil, but it's pages and books and scrolls just flying all around you in a furious flutter. They eventually stop in place, and the pages of the books flipping very rapidly. Just the deafening sound of pages being flipped through, and the books themselves start to expel a visible written language as if the pages are coming off the books themselves, and now swirling around and coalescing into the palms of uh, Galio as he opens his eyes, and they are glowing with a bright purple um, color, as the eyes are the only source of light in the room. They are almost blinding. Um, Eventually, the candles are relit, the books find themselves back in their place as the old man opens his eyes once more. And you see the normal eyes that he his regular eyes, almost as if he's gone back to normal. And he says, I see Lumarontos, his powerful bronze dragon who ran the Scaly Eye shipping company along the Sword Coast. She was a very powerful dragon, retiring to her keep, the bronze shrine etched into the mountainside. What is it that you would like to know?
Does she still live?
He says, yes, the bronze dragon lives yet, hasn't been seen in many years, but locked away in her keep, in worship of her god. There appears to be some strange magic afflicting her. She doesn't appear to be the power that she once was. She looks drained of her strength, her body withering, almost as if uh, decaying and withering away over time, as it appears that she has been inactive for quite some time.
Where is her tower located?
He says, her tower is etched into the cliffside, just north of the farming town, Leylon Point.
Tybalt, does this sound like what you've seen in your visions?
That's her.
Okay.
She seems like she's in pain.
She
Uh,
says, "Ah, yes, this Luma Runtos comes from a long line of troubled dragons. Her mother was a dragon thought to have been insane, Zoth, who layered on Finback, one of the whalebones of the trackless sea. Zoth suffered from delusional paranoia, which worsened with age. Lumarontos, born Ruathra, was among the last in a series of offspring inspired by Zoth, whose fathers she had invariably killed. Young Ruathra was chained down and used as a test subject in magical experiments conducted by Zoth, her own mother, who sought to develop spells dealing with magical regeneration. Although these experiments weren't successful, Zoth took them too far, her insanity compelling her to augment her own body until it became a twisted and bloated wreck of frail and vestigial limbs. In the end, Zoth grew unable to leave her lair and suffered from continual hunger, which she sated by eating Alumatratos over and over again, her daughter regenerating in between meals. This went on for at least 200 years. Eventually, Lumarontos was able to break her chains and escape her mother's lair. It seems the same affliction might now be afflicting Lumarontos, as there is an evil magic uh, afflicting her.
That's fucked up, Ronnie. The
super
fuck?
fucked up. That's super fucked up.
I was trying to take notes and then I got caught up in the story
That's fucked
and
up. Oh,
oh man, I got like half of that because I was just like stunned.
um, that's super fucked up. Um, as far as bronze dragons go, um, does her temperament lean more towards benevolence?
Lumarontos was known as the Claws of the Coast. She ran her scaly eye fleet. They were seen as defenders of the Watchers off the Sword Coast north, by likes the towns of Leylon. At some point prior to the Spell Plague, the Swords of Leylon Adventuring Company funded the construction of the bronze shrine in Lumaruntaros's honor. She and the Scaly Eye eventually retired to this temple by the late 15th century DR. As her followers grew old and begun dying out, she became susceptible to the depredations of some evil magic. She hasn't been seen since.
Got it. Okay. So benevolent even for a bronze dragon, but under the effects of some spell. Okay. Anything else you guys want to ask about this dragon? Will we still have access to this information?
So she wasn't inherently evil. She wasn't evil.
Luma Runsaros was considered a protector of the realm who put the Sword Coast's safety at the highest priority after she had broken free of her mother's evil testings. She swore to herself that she would never let anyone suffer the way she suffered and set out to make a peaceful land along the Sword Coast. And she reigned supreme. But once she went missing, evil started to creep its way back in. Cults appearing where they hadn't before. New dragons moving in to make claim to their area. New parties adventuring to bring balance.
We need
Um,
to we need to help her, and in doing so, we get a powerful ally, even more powerful than magical children.
Um, this Lumerantos, is she a match for Gnawbones? If she were healthy.
Um, he says, I know not much of this Gnawbones you speak, other than the rumors and tales of her terror, but maybe on another day we can do
Sure.
some research again. My magic can only focus on one subject at a time.
Of course, of course.
But for in late from what stories I've heard, Gnawbones is said to be a ferocious and terrifying ancient dragon. I don't think the likes of Lumarontos is quite as mature in her years
Of
as
course.
old Gnawbones.
Okay. Um, well, I think that information points us in our next direction. Anyone else want to glean as any information about this particular entity before we call the spell? I have one. Is she known to harbor any particularly powerful weapon or item? Does she have anything in her possession that is of note?
um, yeah, being a bronze dragon, she has an affinity with acidic, um, like explosions. Acid magic is her bread and butter, and she has gathered several very powerful magical items
Hmm.
capable of utilizing those uh, acidic qualities that comes with the bronze dragon.
Okay. She's got powerful weapons at her disposal. Okay. Um, well, that about does it for me. And unrelated, but have you heard anything else about um the whereabouts of a supposed runestone, Galio?
He says, "Oh no, that runestone is it's something to that is nice to believe in after spending countless hours searching for it and searching for any information that I could find on it. I come to believe that this is just not something that exists in this world. I, there isn't much physical evidence to support the belief that it is a real thing here in Faerun."
Okay. Um, well, I thank you. I think this really does point us in a very good direction. Um, again, feel free to call on me once you're ready for the practical application of your theories and your research. In the meantime, you have any spare magical items, feel free to send them to our townhouse. It would help me with my research. So um, you help me, I help you, type of deal.
Uh,
Um,
I see. Yes, if there are things that I come across in my studies, I will see what the viability of attaining them might be, and I will let you know.
and it doesn't necessarily have to be anything all powerful. Um, uh, I think anything will do to a certain extent as far as their viability. I think at this time I just need more volume. than quality. So
He says, "Well, if you are interested in magical items that are not so fancy, if you don't mind the mundane." He says, "You have this chair here. This chair, it walks, it moves. You can tell it where to take you, and it'll walk you over there. You don't
What?
even have to get up. It's a very magical chair."
The chair I'm sitting on?
Oh yes, yes. Just give it a command; it'll take you right over.
For real.
Try it.
All right, I'll take the books off and put them on his desk and say, oh, wait, does it have a name?
It's a super secret magical chair. That's its name.
All
Charo.
right, SSMC. Can you walk back 3 steps?
And the chair will kind of
Yo. How fast does this thing go?
I've never tested the speed, to be honest with you, but I'm sure you being quite light, will have no issues.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, this will be great. So I'm just gonna turn around and hold on to the back of this chair and like use it as like a mount and just walk out of the room.
Okay, do you
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Oh my God.
It's big enough to be a mount for you for
Is this an
sure.
actual item or do I have to put it in here?
so as you do you walk out of the room on the chair? Like how
Yeah, I'm like writing this thing out of the room.
Yeah, that's like a toddler going like backwards on the chair like that, right? Is that what you're doing? Like this?
Yeah, I'm holding the top and I'm letting it and standing. I'm
how
like my feet are
how
on the seat.
let me ask you
Oh,
something.
fuck yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
How fast are you going?
I'm going at a normal walking speed.
Okay.
I'm not having it sprint. We're inside, so I'm not
Yeah.
trying to have it. Yeah.
Cool. Give me a strength saving throw.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Okay. All
Too good to be true.
Yep. Okay.
Can I help him out?
No, not on this one. He's on his own.
You just launch him into the wall.
That's 16.
Okay. You're able to hold on as you get to the second you get outside the door. The chair stops and you lurch forward, and you're able to maintain your grasp on it as Galileo starts laughing, having a fit of laughter from behind his desk, and he's slapping his desk. Magical chair! You should have seen yourself. That's just my invisible help. Come back. Come.
You motherfucker, Galileo.
What a dick. I was so excited for that, dude. I was like, he has a little mount
A
now.
little mount would be so sick. I would never destroy it.
He looks over at Palpius.
course.
He goes, "Your friend always this stuff. It's a chair." And he says, "I can't wait to tell Yorm about this. He's gonna have a good laugh."
Fuck
Not all of
Yorm.
them, not all
I'm
of
gonna
us
jump off
are
and
that intelligent, Galileo.
I'm gonna jump off and kick over the chair and walk out.
And he says, "Vox Esslin, your friend has shown that in this
I'm
moment."
way smarter than he is. It's okay. I know.
Obviously. He says, that Sergeant Yorm said that you were dumber than a sack of rocks, but I don't believe you. I don't believe
I'm a sack of rocks, but I'm not dumb. Like it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Never mind.
Says, Vox, you're more than just a sack of rocks. You really need to believe in yourself a little bit more. What happened to you? I'm just kidding. Chair. That's a good. I gotta write that one down.
Hey, fuck you. I'll see you later.
Good day, boys.
I guess we're done with the tower, right? Unless
Yeah,
anyone
yeah,
else.
I'm done.
So
Has
didn't
anything
he
else?
have the rune stone though?
We didn't know
Like
for sure.
we're like I don't know. You had a vision of him. Oh, wait, what was it? There was something. It's around here.
He was
So
researching.
all I wrote is
He was
we've come
definitely he
to.
was 100% researching it, and he
All I
admitted
wrote.
as much to me too when last time I was
Yeah,
with him.
last time he was
And
dodgy, and then there was a point where we I
You're on
didn't
the
write
boat.
where this came from. I didn't write where it came from, but I said powerful dragon shard items are located at the dragon lair at Lamaruntos' lair. which is the bronze dragon. And then the next note says, we've come to the realization that Galio most likely has the ruin stone. So I think that was, oh, and then it says Tybalt asked Galio about the stone. So I think we saw somebody had a vision or something happened to where we realized that he probably has it. Or maybe it was in
Yeah.
books. I think we read
Well,
some
with
books that it was.
the ghost ship
Yeah,
commander
definitely
said he
Ghost
was
Ship.
coming to for the ruin stone is going to Leylon. So we
That's right.
assumed
That's what
that
it was. That's what it was.
Galio had found the ruin stone, but
Yeah.
apparently he hasn't.
At least, I mean, also we don't know if he has it on him. We wouldn't necessarily, if he has access to it, we wouldn't necessarily. I wouldn't be able to detect it because if he has it, he may not have it stored in this dimension, right? He's like all about space and time. He could have it stored in a pocket dimension.
Or wild theory here. Somebody else in town has it.
Someone else could have it.
That's
So
possible.
I added it to my notes as an addendum. So like I put a little stamp on it just saying we added it after the fact. But I think you're right, Edgar, about the ghost ship.
Yeah,
Yeah, so at that
I
point that's
think.
when we're like, okay, it's most likely there. Either someone has it or that at least they think someone has it.
Right.
And they were coming for Leylon, so who's the most
We
likely to have it?
assumed
Fucking Galio, yeah.
because
But
I already knew that he was researching it,
yeah, but it could also be,
someone else.
well, like maybe like Harbin Wester Jr. is working for somebody, right? And like he
Right.
stashed it somewhere in town. Um, maybe not realizing the magnitude of what it was, or totally realizing and not caring because he was on his way out. Like those are all possibilities too, you
Right.
know? It could be somewhere like hidden, buried in town or some shit like that. But then wouldn't it set off your frequency too, your detector?
I mean, if I was looking specifically for it,
Have you
Do
looked
you?
no,
Yeah. Do you
I
have
haven't.
the thing on
lately?
you?
I've only been looking specifically for
I was gonna
um
say, I
for
would say
shards.
that maybe your beacon or your like locator thing is probably only geared to look up shards.
It's only it's not
Oh, okay.
automatic, yeah.
Not for a
So
ruin stone itself.
right, yeah. So I've only ever looked for things powered by shards.
Okay.
Like the first thing was blast, and the second has just been smaller shard signatures.
Okay.
Hmm. So it
I'm
does
gonna
make
Well,
ask
sense that that's all I
Galio
would be able to really see, you know?
before I forget. I'm gonna ask Galio for another return scroll because we used ours.
Um,
No,
Is it a one
we
time
don't, we
use?
don't,
no,
no.
it's a stone,
It's
right?
a
it's a
stone.
once a day
Yeah. It's not
spell.
a
Okay,
scroll.
You can
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cast.
It just
right.
gets recharged every day,
Yeah.
every 24 hours.
Gotcha.
'Cause I asked that before I used it if I had to go specifically back to Galileo to get it recharged, and Ronnie said no. He designed it so that it's after, was it like every long rest or every day?
So then I'll
Uh,
ask him.
every day. Yeah, once a day.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Galio. Would you happen to have made a second one so that we may give the stone to merchants on the road so that they have quick access to almost like a shortcut to get to town safely, and that would um, allow merchants to sort of exchange the stone and be able to bring goods in faster.
He would say,
They would go straight to our house though.
well,
That
I
would
mean,
it,
it doesn't. It
they
would
need to
make
go
sense
through the
that you would be able
house.
to like create a second, like anchor
Got it.
circle. Like it would, they would
Got
each
it.
have its own.
Like one at the
Um,
tower.
yeah, I would say that Galileo would advise that, um, although he can make another one, it will take some time and resources. However, he doesn't know how safe that is to put something in the hands of people that
That's
are
true.
being attacked.
Brigands.
Um, for the safety of Leylon, he cautions
Right.
giving something that could put the town in danger in the hands of people that are capable of being kidnapped and killed easily.
That's a good point.
Yes, sir. What of have you been able to anchor 2 points? Or perhaps you can turn a stone to a set anchor point, for example, between here and Vandalin or here and
Yeah,
another
okay.
space.
Yeah, actually, let me get back into character. He would say, now that you mentioned that, Tybalt, have you do you happen to know a very curious set of fellows? Uh, I believe their names were Fiddlestib and Dabbledo or Dabbledo or
Damn.
Dabbledob.
Dabbledob.
Oh yes, yes, Dabbledob. Very, very interesting gnomes. They are. Uh, I've been in communication with them regarding possibly setting up some sort of fast tunnel situation between Fandolin and Leylon. Although we've only ever really experimented with your return stone, I have been looking into the possibility of establishing 2 anchor points, one in Fandolin and one in Leylon, as sometimes my research requires items of more magical essence. Um, these Fiddlestim and Dabbledob seem to be very capable of finding magical items, and I'm thinking about establishing some sort of connection there. That way, we could easily trade materials back and forth. That is something to look into. I will write that down.
If you need help taking materials in the short term or whatever you may need for to build such a connection, let us know.
He says, "Well, I may need you to deliver the actual anchor points, but that will come with time. It takes time to prepare. And next time you're in town, seek me out, and I should have that prepared."
Very well.
He says, "Well, if there's nothing else, I bid you boys adieu. I have much studying to do. You know, they say that when you're done with school, you stop studying, but here I am, well into my elderly age and still studying. Life's a bitch."
Good day, Gallia.
He'll start reading in his book again.
Hmm.
Well, what do you guys think? It seems like we have a couple options on where to look into
Yeah, I
ways to
mean,
help the town.
my vote um is to head to that tower and on the way, take out some brigands if we can.
they are on the way, right? So that would be
Yeah,
the
that would be on the way.
So
Mhm.
the brigands.
the towers to the south.
Oh, okay, not to the north.
The
Yeah.
brigands are
The
to the
Thunder
north.
Cliffs are to the north. Thunder
The
Cliffs are to the north. The Tower of whatever his name was,
Tower
that's
of
to the south.
Storms.
Well, the
No.
Tower of Storms is
Oh, sorry. Okay. Uh Leylon Point is to the north,
Can
and
we put it on the map
I will eventually. Um
eventually?
well,
Just do it now
I'm
while
trying to
you're
think. I'm
explaining
trying
to
to
us.
think while I'm trying to think. Um
Okay.
uh Leylon points to the north, which you've discovered is near the keep for the bronze dragon
Right.
and the bronze shrine. North of that is the Tower of Storms, which is further north, which is where the ships have been
Going missing.
sinking. Yeah, sinking to the bottom of the sea mysteriously, um, causing a big hamper in trade routes along the coast. And the brigands and the Eniarv's tower is to the south.
Got it. In here, okay. So we would, I mean, we could, yeah, we'd have to do one then the other. So
And Thunder Cliffs are to the northwest, right?
Yeah, that's where you guys just were. You guys just finished up at the Thunder Cliffs.
yeah, yeah, we're
Oh,
not
the
talking
Tower
about
of
the light.
Storms is what I meant. The Tower of
Yeah.
Storms is to the northwest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it might make more sense to head towards Inyar's tower.
It seems like we have a lot of stuff to the north.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but if we're talking about not being powerful enough to take on the cult right now, wouldn't we want more tools and a powerful ally before that and head south?
Yeah, but if we want to kill the brigands on the way, that's to the north, right?
Right, then we just won't be able to do that at that time. I misjudged what the directions we were talking about.
That's why I kind of just want to visualize it. Like,
Get in there, dude. Hold on. How do I change the font color? Shit.
Leyland Point. So sounds like we have the Cult of Miracle south trying to fuck up the dragon,
Mm-hmm.
and the Cult of Talos north.
Yeah, at the Tower of Storms.
Mm-hmm.
Does sound like it's
But we get a fucking dragon on our side?
also
Hell yeah.
also two things. One,
My mom said that good
fucking
things happen to people that wait, bro. There's a tower to the north, the dragon.
hell
Yeah.
no. But fucking
Not butt fucking, bro. It's just a dragon.
you never know, bro. Dragons can turn into humans.
Yeah, that's true.
or
So
Palpius might be into dragons, you know?
that's true. Start
He
calling him
is
donkey, bro.
He is purple.
So one, dragon shards grow in the presence of powerful dragons, and at the very least, even if they don't, if we help her, I'm sure she'll be able to give us some magical items that I could experiment on. Plus powerful
Yeah.
dragon, and then that might solve, once she's healthy, that might solve the brigand's issue anyway, because she would patrol that area
Yeah.
if she were
Fuck them
healthy.
up.
Definitely could. How far away are all of these in terms of like,
I would say
I don't know, we
Leyland
find a
Point.
horse or something?
Yeah, Leyland Point is probably like a good 4 hour
But we have
cart
a
ride.
wagon.
Yeah, it would take you like 4 hours to get to Leyland Point. It's not far outside of town. Tower
Okay.
of Storms would probably be like a 2 day journey. And Inyar's Tower would probably be like a day's journey.
Okay.
In York.
Yep.
This reminds me of that one fucking fool in Hot Fuzz. I was like, Yarf.
Narf.
So
Narf.
I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm not committed to this, but like, I feel like Leyland Point we could kind of knock out pretty quickly and then go down to Inyarov's Tower and then come back up and hit Tower of Storms at the end, depending on how things unfold, right? But Leylon Point's pretty close. Like we can get there, handle business, and probably make it back within like a day.
Leylon Point has the attacks that are going on,
Yeah, it's a little more
but
urgent, I think, also.
but we don't know. We can go there and
It could
nothing
be
could be
nothing.
happening.
No, you're
Nothing could be
absolutely
happening
right.
then. So we just
You're right.
go and
You're right.
sort of lose time.
Yarp.
So I
That's true.
think just going south first.
I just saw the guy breaking his chair.
I like how the other guys are just looking at him
Yeah.
like, oh,
I haven't looked at any of this, but yeah, that's
he look
funny.
he
That
looks so
guy.
pissed too.
Bro, he
He's
looks
like,
so
damn
mad, bro. He looks like he's about to accuse his friends of doing it.
Yeah.
He has like that old man stink face.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. He's fucking
Yeah.
pissed.
Totally. So the vibe I was going for with Sergeant Yoram was totally like Robert Baratheon, but with
Oh,
the like personality of the like con man boyfriend in fucking True Lies. Do you guys remember
Yeah,
Um,
bro.
that?
Oh my god.
It's I can't think of his name, but he's like a famous actor. He's in fucking Tombstone. He's in fucking um the fucking I don't know, a
Bill
bunch of movies.
Paxton,
Bill Paxton, yes, yes, yes.
bro.
I love that movie. That's seriously one of my like top 10 movies of all time.
True Lies?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck
With the
yeah,
Arnold
bro. True Lies is
Schwarzenegger,
so
dude.
good.
Hell
I'm so
yeah.
mad
Oh
that they
my
never ended up
god.
making a sequel.
They were supposed to make like a
A
remake or
bunch of,
something.
yeah, well, they were gonna do an actual sequel. Everybody signed on apparently, and then it got scrapped, like for a bunch of different reasons. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
that's dude, it's so crazy how
Glad you
many
guys like
like
that movie.
dude, it's one of my favorite
So
movies of
good,
all
bro.
time.
It's so good.
Jamie Lee Curtis, bro. That's
Hell
Fire,
it.
yeah.
dude.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
Fire.
the scene when she's trying to like seduce him in the
So
hotel.
it's so funny because she's still so dorky. Like she keeps
Yeah,
whenever she falls off the fucking the post.
yeah, yeah.
So funny.
And then like that's when they like kidnap her. It's like she's
Yeah.
trying to explain to him that she's a secret agent. And he's like,
Yeah.
no, you
No,
fucking
you're
idiot.
not, dude. I am.
Yeah.
And she's like,
It's so-
he doesn't know anything. He's just a computer salesman.
yeah,
And they're like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
yeah,
He's like the best spy in the world.
yeah.
Super
So
funny.
good. So good. Um,
do
yeah.
I know like if do I know the route the path from here to Leylon? Like if we were to cut across the forest, do I know that route?
I think that you are comfortable enough with this area of the high road and the area around Fandolin and Leylon at this point that although you've probably never gone that way, you're confident that you could figure it out.
And the road to Inyarv's tower, with it being like a main road, does that make it faster?
No, I mean it would be like 2 days
It's like a day,
journey.
like oh, like
Two
2 days,
yeah. Like 2 days journey like down south along the road.
and then 2 days back.
Correct.
It's only 5 feet away, bro.
I I still vote we hit Leylon Point and then head back after that. Inyarv's tower is quite a distance away. A lot can happen on that main road. To
Yeah, but
Leylon Point, like we can cut across pretty quick and be back in a day. If we're going to Inyarv's tower, that's like almost a week.
We just heard reports of the attacks, right? We didn't ask like how
Correct.
frequently they were happening.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
they've
They
been
were
saying it's
happening
been happening frequently, but
but when was the last one that
right. Well,
when
and
was the
also
last attack?
we don't know if they're all happening at Leyland Point or not, or if it's a long stretch of road.
Would we have
And
And
they-
this would be further south than you guys have ever been. Like I said, this is outside of the reach
Yeah.
of the like Lizard People's swamp area. This
would
is
there be any dates on the reports of the attacks at Leylon? Like, do I know if it's recent?
yeah, I would say that it's there have been several within the past couple months.
couple months.
Yeah.
So
Okay. All
they're
right. Well, I
happening-
mean, we know everything we know. I mean, I vote Leylon and then come back. If you guys, if we majority, I mean, majority rules. If we have a majority,
Well, again, also like think about this. If we free this dragon, she patrols this area anyway. It's a moot point.
But
If
we
we
don't know
can
that
get
she's
her,
going to be at full strength as soon as, like, she's probably going to fight us.
well, I mean, we don't know that. That's a
We
big
don't,
assumption
but
too.
even if we don't, she's probably not going to be at full strength to just start up and at him like on day one, right?
But okay, maybe. But again, all assumptions. This is a magical cause
Your
for her
assumption
ailment.
is that she's ready to go. So you're having an
No, no,
assumption
no.
too.
They're both assumptions. One, bronze dragons aren't evil, so her wanting to fight us is probably, unless she's mind controlled, probably not going to happen. Two, it's a magical ailment, so I mean, there's a good possibility she's going to be good to go pretty quick.
Okay. Well, like I said, my vote stands and majority
Okay.
rules.
I vote we go to Inar's Tower.
Would that take us? Would going to Inara's tower take us through Leland?
No.
No.
Oh,
No,
no.
well, I mean, we would like just take the road south, right? Like we're not
Also,
necessarily. Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm the DM, so don't let me sway your opinion. But just logistically,
Hmm.
logistically, Leyland Point and Tower Storms are the closest.
We'd have to go. Would be our path if we went to Inara's tower.
Take the
It's gonna be
King's Road down.
south down the King's Road, yeah, the High Road or whatever.
Right. We can go with the shortest point.
And like realistically, you could go to Leyland Point and then go to the Tower of Storms. Like you don't have to go back to Leyland in between.
Yeah, but we like
Yeah.
it's close enough that if we get hurt, we could. And I don't have super strong feelings either way, don't get me wrong. I just think for my mind, oh shit, I grabbed the wrong thing there. For me it just makes more sense, but like I said, I'll go with whatever the group decides.
I
What
mean,
does
I would think
Palpy
just
think?
going off of like the homeboys having like visions, to me that makes it more pressing.
Okay.
Yeah. But also, Savris said, "Be careful because the dragon's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Definitely at full strength. Definitely a larger threat than the dragon that we fought.
Oh, for sure.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we're also much more powerful than when that dragon was fought.
yeah, I mean, there's sort of on a
Give me a
on a good
persuasion
day,
check.
huh?
Hmm?
Give me a persuasion check.
For what?
Just run it. Whoever wants to run it.
Think you can run it, run it.
Persuasion. That's an 8.
Anybody gonna help him?
Nat 20.
Okay.
So sorry,
one.
with my modifier, it's only a 19.
But
Because it's a
that's fine.
negative 1.
That's fine.
Uh,
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I will honor the nat 20. So Venom or God, I can't Cryovane, sorry. Cryovane was a
Young dragon.
adolescent dragon. Yeah, it was a young dragon.
Mhm.
Lumaronteros is a adult dragon.
Got it.
Gnawbones is much older.
Like an ancient, we're talking like ancient fucking dragon.
Much older.
Got it.
So although yeah, Lumaronteros is much more powerful
Then Cryovane.
than Cryovane. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with the assessment. All I'm saying is that the party at large is much more powerful than when Cryovane was defeated. So, like, of course, this dragon is more powerful, but I mean, the group is scaling that way also.
I mean by
That
like
was
three
my that was my only point.
by like 3 levels, but yeah.
But I mean,
Four,
everything it gets
four
like,
levels.
yeah, 4 levels. That's
Yeah.
almost double the level. But everything, like, think about the powers that we wield now compared to level fucking 5. You know, like,
Yeah, totally.
so. I mean, I don't want that to. Again, bronze dragons aren't inherently evil, so even if we do have to fight it once we break the spell, should be good to go. Yeah, I'm just saying they're not chromatic dragons. Metallic dragons are in general more like altruistic leaning. So they're not evil. Like chromatic dragons, like the white dragon we fought, like that green dragon, they're fucking straight up evil. They're bad guys. The metallic dragons are not, with notable exceptions, but in general are not. So, I mean, we already heard about this dragon being a fucking protector of the Sword Coast and all this shit. So, um, I mean, my vote's still in Yarv's Tower first, but like Dave said, majority rules. I don't know if we want to wait to get other people's opinion on it, or if we want to just fucking say who, you know.
I say fuck it. Let's just vote.
Let's go.
The other people
What are we
will
doing?
play when they
Yeah,
want
that
to.
way Ronnie can plan a little better too, guys. Can't
True.
just put it off forever.
Yeah, I'm going.
Truthfully,
Yarv's.
I'm planned, so we're good to go either way.
Oh, okay. All right. Fuck me then, Ronnie.
I appreciate the solidarity, but hey, man, I've been busy this past
All right.
week or so.
All right,
All
what
right.
we got? What do we got?
Hmm.
Who's doing what?
So one more time, options are so we're in
Leylon.
Leylon.
So I would say that there are three options, right? Tower of Storms, Leylon
Mhm.
Point, and Iniar's Tower. Tower of Storms is the most northmost one, and then Leylon Point, and then Iniar's Tower would be way south.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with sort of like Leylon Point being the next thing because that way it's if there's nothing there, then cool. If it gives us a clue to go north, fine. If not, then we can go south. But since it's the closest, and we can sort of do like a scouting mission to Leylon Point, that can be our next step, and that'll hopefully guide us to the next checkpoint, either north or south. That's my
Okay, so we have one vote for Leylon Point.
One vote for Iniar's Tower.
Mine's locked in. So
What's yours?
Leylon Point for sure.
Two for Leylon Point.
Motherfuckers. All right.
What does Palpius think?
Leylon Point.
Tower of Storms it is. All right.
Hey, not necessarily. Let's
I know.
scout out Leylon, and then
I was
we'll see
kidding.
if we want to take it from there.
I was kidding. But yes, Leylon's Point. Great. Is there anything you guys would like to do in town before you set out?
I mean, we did shopping already.
Yeah. We're stocked up on potions and
Truthfully,
shit.
I don't think there's much to do in town other unless you wanted to talk to specific NPCs, we could do that. But as the DM, yeah, it's kind of just whatever you guys want to do now at this point. Like all my stuff is done.
Do we need to talk to Griselda about shit ass? Or does that just wait?
I don't think we need. I mean, if
You
anything, we could
you
say we
write
left her a letter.
message.
Yeah.
You could write her a message.
We don't need to like go do that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm down with like sending her a letter, but I don't think we need to like RP going back to her office and all that shit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. That's like the one thing that comes to mind. Other than that, I think we don't need any magical shit crafted, right?
As of right now, I don't believe we do. Um, I'm trying to think. Did we leave any projects for her to work on right now?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
She cashed in, like she gave me my thing, and I think she gave you something, Andre.
Yeah, that was before though. So she gave us
Yeah,
our stuff a while. Like she's not working on anything right now for us.
yeah.
I
Do
think
we
she
want to
did she
leave
did
anything?
objects. She did objects for you, me, and Tybalt.
Yeah.
And gone, I think.
Yeah, that's true. We all got shit.
Is there anything you guys want to leave at all?
I mean, at this point, I'm pretty G'd up
Hey,
right now.
hold
So
on, real quick. Before we head off on another adventure, let's go through our items and get rid of shit you guys don't fucking need anymore, or like
Don't need. We need it all.
don't need. What are you talking about, bro?
I feel like
Call me, call me Dragon Light.
we never assess inventory. And
Bro, I
Uh,
have a Manticore tail spike
I
that
was gonna
is
say
still
I was looking through somebody's character sheet a while ago, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck? How long have they had that?" It was like my bloody shitty cup, Dave.
Yeah. You convinced
I've
it had
got,
some meaning.
Yeah, yeah,
I've
it
got
really did.
the. I mean, I kind of went through a while ago and did my shit. Like I mean, I still have Tiga's key, which I don't need. I'll go ahead and delete that because I'm pretty sure I meant to give it to Homegirl so she could get the anvil.
Yeah, you would have given it to her.
That's it. I mean,
But like, why does this person have plate armor? Why does Gondrelian have plate armor just sitting in his inventory?
because
And
we found it.
and a quarterstaff and a shield.
I have a bloody
And
branch from the woodland Mets. I don't even know what that's about. I'm gonna delete that shit.
get rid of it.
Yo, I got fucking, I got fucking Ascendus in my bag of holding.
What?
Yeah,
Sure.
remember when we fucking killed him, I stuffed his ass in my bag.
How about this? How
Yeah.
about
Oh,
this?
what?
How about this? For you, in your examination of the Warforged that attacked you, you were able to find some quality parts to take from and salvage from them that could be implemented into um, rebuilding your Warforged.
Got it.
Hell yeah.
What color were
I
these
have a
parts?
jade brooch. Can I just cash that in for gold at this point?
Yeah,
500 gold.
What
is
color
that
were these parts?
that's up for you. That you can decide that. I don't know.
Cool, 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 cool. Then I won't, I'm just gonna. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty good at that point. And honestly, I'm keeping Ascendus' big ass in my bag of holding because I just feel like. Well, okay. To be honest, Ebras wouldn't
Does it
feel.
decay in there?
No, he's a Warforged.
Doesn't decay? Oh, my bad, my bad. Yeah, no, I thought it was a human for some reason. That
No,
was my
I
bad.
wouldn't. Well, also like it does take up quite a bit of my inventory of my
It's like
poundage.
300 pounds or something.
350 pounds is what Ronnie told me because I asked
Oh, fuck.
how heavy he was.
Yeah, that's like almost the whole bag.
Yeah, so but Ebrath wouldn't feel comfortable with the knowledge that his body was just stored somewhere, even at our own like townhouse. So
Yeah,
that's why he would keep him.
and you
Oh,
might
with
be able to do something with it too.
Yeah.
also with evidence of these Warforged being able to break into the town and
Yeah.
you know
Last thing I need to do is like give Zeth or whoever's working for access to like his greatest creation. Make another fucking evil Ascendus.
Very true. So the rune stone is essentially a kyber crystal, right?
Yeah. Oh
no,
no.
no, it's an entirely
It's
different
different.
magical item.
So,
Okay, okay,
but
okay.
okay, but in the research of the runestone, that's what led Zeth to create, um, like the cores for Blast and Ascendus.
Correct, yeah.
Because it's kind of
Because he didn't have access to the ruin stone,
right
he would have implemented dragon or kyber crystals, dragon shard kyber
to try
crystals
and recreate a runestone,
as a
a soul stone, or what the fuck they
replacement,
called it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like replacement or whatever. Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream.
Yeah, buddy.
Got it.